Yo. We back at Grandma's house on Grandma's couch. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's chilling. I got something for y'all. So this is gonna be good because I got one of my sisters who I give all the credit in the world for doing what I do right now. I got the one and only Wing Truth in the building. What is good with you, sis? How you doing?
I'm okay. How about you? It's been so long.
This
You
is
are
gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. This
this.
is
Oh
going
yes,
to
it's gonna
be
be fun.
amazing.
This is like my first interview, really. After shit, everybody in battle rap knows. After really the bullshit
Hmm.
that I've done, and I mean, I've been working and outside, but haven't really been working and outside. You know what I mean? Quad and I have the Quick Pro quad or Quick Pro quad with wings. So I can't even talk.
Right?
I done start sipping, and now I can't get
Oh,
my
shit.
words right. I'm sorry. It's my
That
day off.
that means we get ready to have a good one. I like that. I
Oh
remember
yeah.
sipping wings.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Oh yes. But yeah, everything seems so friggin' new right now. New things, new year, a lot of new shit going on with us.
Yeah. So to shout out Lucky in the building. Shout out Lucky. We got Red Hat Lucky in the building. What's good with you? What's good? What's good? But yeah, like I said, it's so to give everybody a little bit of a backstory on me and Wing before we get started. I just want to say that one night, it was I think it was on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. My memory's a little fuzzy. Been about 4 years ago. I'm sitting here scrolling on YouTube. I see somebody live, and I tap in and I'm like, "What going on here?" And it's the breakdown crew with Ween
Yes.
herself. Had the whole crew up, Danny, Ray, had all of them up there. And we sitting there, we chilling or whatever. That's one show. The next show, I tap in with it and everything, and I start following. I have a question, go up, speak, and then the next thing you know, like it was an instant connection and everything. And like I said, I give her
It
all the
really
props in the
was.
world.
It
Thank
really,
you
really
so much.
was. I thank you. Like, I really thank you for
That's a
supporting and always have been supportive. You know what I mean? And I'm honored that
always
I'm even
appreciate
an influence into what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I felt like you were such a natural. So it was kind of like, yeah, and that's kind of even with that's the way I kind of always was with the media side of things. I
it. Hmm.
it's so funny because and I'll probably come back to that later, but if depending on the way we forecast this interview, but
Got
um
you.
people that come on to my team, I'm always it's always a feel for a person. So it's always, if I feel like somebody has the talent to do something, yeah. Listen, if my name can get you in the places that you're trying to go, it's always by all means. That's what it is for me. And people that know me know that. So I'm grateful that you guys have built what you have built, and you're continuing to do it because this shit is not easy.
At all. At all. And I thank you so much. Like I said, I really
Thank
I
you, Malaya.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
shout out to the breakdown crew, Shy, Ray, Savage,
Yep.
my little brother Jay. Shit, shout out to the gang. Yeah, they don't
That's a
listen.
fact.
My
That's a
that
fact.
those guys. I mean, and even EJ. EJ had Wave Gang Radio. Look,
Hmm.
shout out all the bread RBE niggas in the building.
I see them. I
We
see
gonna
them.
get
They pulling it out. I
stand
see
up, stand
them.
up. Yeah, shout out Wave Gang Radio, even. You know what I mean? EJ had Wave Gang Radio when I brought him over. Shout out to
Right.
Danny. Danny is still doing her thing too. Um,
I saw
and
Danny this today. I popped in.
yes, yep. And like I said, FYTV TV, that is the new home. Not to say that we're that the breakdown crew is not still there, because EJ still has Wave Gang Radio. We just a network
Mhm.
doing what we do with, in the confines that we can do it. You know what I mean? So That's definitely where we are. Okay. I was looking at something
Yeah,
Bella
I'm
was
with
saying.
all of that.
And listen, I automatically go into production mode. I'm sitting up here like,
Hey,
oh,
dude.
yeah.
It's like
Go ahead.
riding a bike. It's like
It's your
riding a
world.
bike.
It's
You
your
right
world.
back at it. It's like
It's
riding a
your
bike.
world. I'll sit back.
That's the fact. No, look. So I mean, so here's what I want to do. For those who don't know, I want to give everybody, and we're not going to spend a bunch of time on the introduction, but as much as you want to go into detail, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, and I'm going to let you take it from there, and we'll chop it up from there, and we'll just break it down like that. First
All right.
question is: talk a little bit about your start in battle rap. And because you you've been here for a minute, like people might not realize, but you've been hanging around for a minute in some capacity, shape, form, or fashion. You've been around for a minute. Then I would like to talk to you about, because not only have you been here for a minute, but you used to do this media thing too with Angry Fan Radio. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about your start and the transition to Angry Fan, and and then we'll go from there.
Okay. And you know what? Let me start off first.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's funny that you want to start there. And I actually heard a snippet of a space that somebody had mentioned in regards to me. I want to shout out Av. I want to shout out Av because he was in a space. I don't know if that was yesterday or today. I saw it today. It was mentioned to me today. But shout him out. Av has always been an advocate and a good friend of mine. Contrary to what mothers want to believe. I listen, hey, whatever you feel, you float your boat, my nigga. Whatever was supposed to be was years ago. But anyway, he's always been very supportive of everything that I've done. And that's somebody who, between him, Rolla, Squeako, these are people that I knew back when I was Angry Fans Radio, even before then, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I've always been supporters of theirs. And just talking with him and battle rap, and that's somebody who he had mentioned my tenure in battle rap and my passion for what I do, and my advocating for female battle rap and different things where people may not always have known that. I appreciated that was something that he was not afraid to say. You know what I mean? Because you have people who claim to fuck with you, but then you have people that don't give a fuck and gonna say what they gonna say and fuck with you in front of whoever, because they know that ain't the motherfucker ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? So I always appreciate him for continuing to hold me down in that manner, and speak on it, because we in the popularity game, and now you know what. This past year has given me such freedom that I can speak so fucking free about how I want to now, and I don't have to play politics. So, as I was saying,
and I love every bit of it. I'm here for all of it. I'm here for all of it.
Popularity-driven sport that the cool kids table is if you know what I mean, and if you're not amongst that, anything else you do, I appreciate him for that. You know what I mean? Because you can be cool with who you want to be cool with, but you can't take my work from me. All right. So I started off, I was a fan. The Facebook era, I was fanning it. You know what I mean? I was in a couple of Facebook groups. I really wasn't trying to be in the bigger Facebook groups. I just, you know what I mean? I liked the little 350 group that I was in. I think it was called First Take. And then I was in a smaller group where it was a lot of the guys in that group. I know it was about 60 something guys, and I think it was me and another girl that never spoke. But I started off there, and I worked nights, as I still do. And I used to 100 Bars Magazine, Zilla and Caps were two, a periodical and a blogger that I used to watch frequently alongside of Norb's show. I think it was Battle Rap Arena. So those were the 3 things that I always watched. And in watching female battle rap, that's something that I would be mad about, because I'm wondering, not taking anything away from the vets, but it was like, y'all, we're talking about all these different battlers, male battlers, but it's some dope ass female battlers. You know what I mean? You had Rain back then, Boss Chick Rain. You had Matrimony. You had Duchess. You know what I mean? You had shit. You just said to me earlier, Gaddis, QE. You had all these different girls that I had been watching. You know what I mean? Whether it was Grind Time or whether it was, and then after that, Queen of the Ring, I was watching these ladies and Fight Club too. But I'm watching these ladies, and it's kind of like, why y'all not talking about them? Then of course the E Hearts, and I haven't mentioned so many girls, but of course, you got Hustle and Jazz, and watching Jazz when she rapping when she 15 years old, and one of my first battles watching her, you know what I mean? Just on and on and on and on. And I'm watching, these women, and I'm like, these motherfuckers got bars, and y'all act like y'all don't see this shit. Now, some guys were in tune with female battle rap, but they're not talking about female battle rap. They get into these conversations, they talking about the guys. So that's what I would do every night. I would come to work and I would have these topics, and I would put a female battle out there.
Right.
Dudes would be like, oh, I think one time, I think it was E Hart and somebody, I don't know. I can't remember what battle of E Hart. That was my baby. My youngest daughter is 15 now. So she was 2. So that was 13 years ago. So I don't remember what battle it was, but and that's crazy when I say that shit. My baby is a battle rap kid. But yeah, so it long story short, I would put his blogs up because he actually taught female battle rap, but he also was somebody who he was the voice. You know what I mean? I mean, I have no problem giving him his kudos. He was the voice of the people at that time, and he was me. You know what I mean? I am Tiger Woods. I am every fan. Like that's that shit. Like when that nigga talking about he cutting up furniture and throwing axes and shit, nigga, I was ready to throw my goddamn phone because some of the shit that he was talking about. So it was real. The shit was real. You know what I mean? So I really fucked with his opinions, his funny, his just all his bullshit that he was doing. You know what I mean? I felt like he really, at the time, he really did talk truth in battle rap. So he hit me up one day and was just like, there was no flirting or anything like that. Some people have these misconceptions about people in battle rap, although we ended up in a relationship. That's not how that started. He was very he was still up and coming. So he was very happy about the fact that I'm pushing his vlogs. I'm sharing his vlogs everywhere. Along with Zilla.
Right.
And so these are two people that I really coined why I am here, because even with Zilla before, I know it was a few people writing for Zilla when he was doing 100 Bars magazine, but I was actually trying to do a radio show under Zilla. So it was going to be the 100 Bars magazine radio show. So that would have been the first thing. Now, Caps he's in the midst of going through the power struggle. Nobody really wants him to get on. You know what I mean? I think he has
Blogger Wars. People don't realize the Blogger Wars were a thing.
Wait, Blogger Wars was a real thing. Actually, no, it was behind the one Blogger War, but we gonna be quiet about that. Go ahead. No, Blogger Wars are really a true thing. You know what I mean? This is and this is why I've always told people it really wasn't so much about me wanting to put information out there. It's just sometimes I felt the fake behind certain things. You know what I mean? I felt like I understand everybody kind of has their way, how they go about doing things, but I just don't come from that. And having to learn, oh, hi, Brad British. Salute to you.
Good. What's good? What's good? Shout out, salute. Thank you for tuning in.
Okay, this man, boy, listen, if y'all are not familiar with, this is my interview, but you know what? I love him. Like, if y'all are not familiar with Brad British, go run them numbers up on his blogs. This man is so detailed with everything that he has done on every battle rapper that you could think of, the history that he gives you. If you are just now coming into battle rap, this is the channel
That's
that
where you
you need
start.
to go to know
That's
your history. Because, and that, anyway, I haven't spoken in a while on radio, so But long story short, because I know I'm rambling. The Facebook group I end up coming into. I don't want to come into the Facebook group. He wanted me to become an admin. I didn't really want to do that. I was happy in my little bubble of talking shit, kicking it, and going away. Like, I really didn't want to get engulfed in this. I didn't like what they do now is not trolling. What they did back then was trolling. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers knew when you was trolling. People, even if they did have a public opinion, people didn't go as hard as they do now. You know what I mean? Back then, you had some shit that would go left from time to time, but for the most part, we had a lot of fun. But he wanted me to become an admin, and I was just like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. But I ended up becoming admin, obviously. And then after that, maybe about 6 months down the road, he was kind of putting me on game with where he was in the whole, all the bullshit of blogging. And, basically nobody wanted to see Angry Fan reach 10,000 in a group. I think it was something that happened in I don't know if it was Chris Unbiased group or one of them groups. Something had occurred where somebody had told Caps to make his own group, or if he didn't like something, make your own group, and he went and did it. And they was trying to make it to where he would not get 10,000. Them niggas was like, if this nigga get 10,000 followers, it's over. That group hit 10,000 followers in a week. And we was lit after that.
Which means the YouTube channel shouldn't have been too far behind that, because that was the key. You had to build a following in order to get that. Makes sense.
YouTube channel. No.
Oh, the YouTube channel was already had other. Got you.
Channel. He was making his name in other Facebook groups and doing the blogging. But by the time he hadn't had the Facebook group, he was just doing his thizzle then. You know what I mean? And when I met him, he was in a smaller group. I told him we were into he was in the 2 other groups. He was like, nah, I don't remember you from that group. I remember you from that smaller group. And that's where I used to see all the blogs that you used to put out there. So that's how that happened. But once we started that, I had talked to him about the show. I had talked to him about doing the show on 100 Bars Magazine, because he was also interested. And he was saying to me that he, to find out more information, and that might be something we could get into. So we were gonna do that. But then him and 3 was cool too. And then that's when the whole situation came about with Tim and 3 and Caps. And then Caps came up with an idea, like out of nowhere. Tim started, his son had an illness. And so Tim was missing shows a lot. And then Caps told me, listen, lace up. We about to do something that nobody has done. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, we about to put you in place of Tim. It may be temporary, but that's what we about to do. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's what I want to do. I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to do that. He's like,
here now. You can't run from it. You ain't here now.
Trust me, I'm telling you, this is about to be the boy was I have to give him that. He knew what he was doing in that aspect, right? So, and he was right. Nobody really had. I think Norbs. Well, I can't even say that Norbs really had female co-hosts or a dedicated female co-host like that. But we went ahead and decided, I would go on a show, and it was a hit. Like, it was a complete hit. So we stuck and stayed with that, of course, and the fall apart with that whole situation. And I really won't even get into the politics with that, because that includes them as well. But we found ourselves having to get new co-hosts and start a whole new channel, and the grind was even different with that. You know what I mean? So a lot of things I'm grateful for, because I learned that, you know, caps can be a lot of things, but back then when it came to what we had to do to make sure that we stayed on top, niggas remember we was out here morning, noon, and night, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Hanukkah. We was out here Thanksgiving. Hey, y'all got a plate? Go get y'all plate. Wayne, what you doing? I'm not doing nothing. Oh, look, you got to work tonight, 9. And even if I do, I got that. Don't worry about it. What you want to do? Like, we had a grind like none other. So a lot of what I learned from him. But yeah, that was, you know, people felt like we was the Howard Stern and Robin the Battle Rap. And, you know, for a long time, that's what it was. And like I said,
I can tell he's persistent as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
The nigga refuses to go away. You're not gonna put him away. he'll leave when he get ready. But that's about the all.
That's the way he is. Like I said, it's like there has all back then. It was always a lot of things that that he used to tell me that I used to be. I just being naive in this shit. You know what I mean? But it was like, you know, I found myself going back being like, damn, that nigga was right. But he knew this shit. Surprisingly so. It was certain things that you know, he was very real about. It was certain shit that I used to see that one thing about this culture, when you get into it and you start to sit in them seats and be in them rooms with these different people and you start to see how people really are, I don't really like that shit. He deals with it like a pro. I can't. I cannot. I can't do the double talk. I can't sit on the phone and y'all out here on Twitter doing all this extra shit, and then you get on this phone and it's all peaches and cream. And I can't do that. But you see that people do that, and so, you know, we had a lot of disagreements about different shit. But you know, a lot of times he was never wrong about a lot of that shit. So that part of the game, he definitely showed me. And as I went on to do my own thing, I was able to do it the way I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? And that really, I guess, would be the start of me not really playing people's politics. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna concede because you don't want me to say this about you, or you don't want me, you know what I mean? And a lot of stuff I really have never said. That's part of the thing with me too. A lot of things, you know, you do start to build relationship with people who have their own agendas. And then when you find out that you know, you have to move a certain way. But anywho, so when I decided to start my own shit and do my own shit my way, that's, you know, when Winged and Friends came about, and then the Breakdown Crew came about.
Enter me. Because see, during that time, like I told you guys the story. Now what I think is, every time I hear this story, because y'all might not just heard this for the first time, but I've heard this a couple of times, and I'm the reason why I like this story and I want everybody to hear it and I wanted to get it out of the way now is because similar situation right during the time I first met you. Similar situation, different group. Nothing but love, respect to him. But even though I knew the blueprint, you got to have everybody working cohesively. And if it doesn't work cohesively, no disrespect, no problem, but it's cool to step away. And it's cool to try to strike out on your own and live and die on your own, by your own hand. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. You know, you can always take time to readjust. And sometimes it's literally just throwing shit at the wall to see if something sticks. But you know the blueprint and you got to follow the blueprint. But there's certain ways in there to maneuver around, and it comes with time. If he taught you the blueprint, you taught it to me. And I give both of y'all props for that, because it's something that I'm still learning, and I give both of y'all props for that. But now, so we've gotten to the breakdown crew part of it. So where does the managerial part come in? Because you used to manage in here. I told you used to.
Okay, so the The crazy part about that is I kind of always was doing that behind the scenes. Always. Like what I do now, that's what I always tell people. What I'm doing right now, it's just in the forefront. What I've been doing that with the shit with the abs of the world, with the rigs of the world. Like I've been doing this. I didn't officially start managing. I would say I was consulting more than managing. Okay. Because that's not something I really wanted to commit to. You know, it's a lot of people who claim to be managers, but a manager is somebody who, it ain't just about booking the talent. You really have to be engulfed in they're artists. You know what I mean? They're not your regular employees at a corporation. These are people that everything in their lives affect how they're going to perform. And I'm not going to give my cheat sheet up, but I'm just going to say that, but I'm the person who I am in real life is what I bring to battle rap. So my caring for people, that unfortunately I do that to a fault. You know what I mean? So
I do. I totally get it.
That's my problem. That keeps me in the middle of bullshit. But shout out to my OG Ange. I don't know if y'all remember the Ange with the mohawk, pink mohawk. Ange was the one who basically said, I mean, you're doing all this in the male sector. You've always been female battle rap. You got to help some of these ladies, where I was so fucking against that, because women come, especially in this culture, you know, no disrespect to anybody, but women come with a lot of bullshit. And the person that I am, every woman is not going to be able to receive how I talk about things. You know what I mean? I'm unapologetic. You know, I know we'll get to all the extra shit, but anybody that knows me knows the person that I am. I'm not looking for you to be like me, but I'm also telling you, when I manage you, or when you're coming up under the wing, so to speak, you gotta know you're gonna know who you're dealing with. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not it's no secret. You know what I mean? It's been a struggle for me through this culture. You know what I mean? And so trying to basically get here, get the interviews, try to build a persona when I really don't want to build a persona, because I don't really want to have to shake the hands and kiss the babies of motherfuckers that I really don't even fuck with for real, because I know them. Not necessarily in real life, but I've seen some of the shit that niggas have done or said or whatever. And I really just don't want to deal with that. But I have to be able to rub shoulders with these people, even though I don't fuck with how they move. You know what I mean? And I've always wanted to be, Ange used to always say, you're the person that where everybody else is running to the limelight, you running away from it. And she's right. That I never felt like what I do, I had to be in the forefront of it. I didn't feel like I needed to be in every video. I didn't feel like I needed to be on camera every time I was at an event. There was a time that when I used to go to Spit That Heat events, when I really first started in media, and I would be in the Spit That Heat group and basically saying, your battle was dope, and that was fire, this line, They'd be like, when you was there? Yeah, I was there. Me and Caps was there. Where you saw, like at that time, where you saw Caps, you would see me. You just never saw me.
Just didn't see you.
I just never kept myself right there. I'm always what I do, and I do that in real life. If I don't know you, I will sit back and I just want to watch how you move. I want to watch how you are. You know what I mean? It ain't, oh no, just, you know, I don't even want to be necessary. I will walk up to some people and they don't even know who the fuck I am. And I introduce myself. I just sit there. I just kind of am like, you know, I'll speak and I'll keep it moving. I just want to see what type of person, you know, you are. But that's who I am, because I don't feel like anything that I have to do necessarily, I have to compromise who I am in anything.
Right.
Hey, shout out to my mom. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's always been something that I did. And when I started managing, I started with Robin Rhymes, and then and that was really on a friendship thing. Certain things that it was more so just on a personal level of talking and there are different things she was going through, and we just making a plan, so to speak. Then after that, Jade came along, and again, that was a friend. You know what I mean? And Jade was running around. This is my manager. Jade never needed me for anything. What Jade needed me for was the mouthpiece, because I knew how to speak to people. Where Jade was like, "No, fuck you. You're not gonna say, whatever." So, Jade and I, went into doing management with her. Jade had some other girls that she decided, hey, I want to bring them over. So we did that. And that didn't go the way. I feel like even if with Robin moving on, I feel like if it was just me and Jade, it would have been fine. But, now I'm bringing on other girls and, it's just too many females in one situation. It's just never good if everybody's heads are not in the same place. And it always ends the way it ends. But yeah, like I said, it's just always been me kind of managing and being cool with the league owners that I was cool with, and still are cool with. And just like I said, I was such an advocate for female battle rap, especially the up and coming females, and different dudes that I knew that were battling. And being that I was in the South, I had my connections everywhere else, but it was like, hey, if you come over here to go do this battle, I can get you a plate over there. And it just came natural, I guess. You know what I mean? You didn't have to tag me in the
you just fall into.
It was something I fell into. It was, I knew this person, I knew they was looking for this. Hey, my people's, well, you know what? I wish I could get a battle with such and such. Oh, what? The same word? Hold on 1 minute. Such and such want to book you. I never got into the money situations or whatever, but they could deal with that. But if I got it, you got it. And that's the way it was. You know what I mean?
I feel that. I really feel that. So now, where does the RBE relationship with RBE start? I'm not talking about the partnership. I'm talking about the relationship. Like, where does that begin?
Started back with Angry Fans Radio.
It started with so it goes back that far.
Yes, when that man.
So wait a minute, Wayne. Hold up, because if you doing all of this shit at the same time.
Yeah, if you remember, even after that, there was a stint of time ARP was doing no interviews with nobody but me.
That's a fact. Yes, that is a fact.
It had been that long, like before, right when ARP first started with a New Year Order. He came on Angry Fans Radio and he interviewed with us. And that man's business acumen, I knew then. Because if you remember me from Angry Fans Radio, you remember my biggest thing was about this business aspect, the business model of battle rap. I couldn't get with I'm a business major. So for me, I came into this and I'm hearing different shit and I'm not liking what I'm hearing. And when ARP came in, it was kind of like, this business man is about business now. What's going on? So yeah, after that, it was like, I didn't rush into becoming best friends or anything, but I would always kind of talk to him about certain things. It would be cards that would be going on. And even if Caps wanted to do an interview with him, a lot of times Caps would be like, hey, hit up such and such so we can do the interview. So I've always had, the personable with ARP and pick his brain about certain things, or I would hit him up and just be like, well, ARP, why are you doing this? I don't like this battle. I don't want you to keep doing this. And, and he would oblige me. Like, it was cool. He didn't, he's always been responsive. And then, of course, when they moved to Atlanta, it was like, in Atlanta, I'm there. I was in Memphis.
Was a bold move. That was a very bold move.
It was such a bold move.
And
I always respected that man for doing what he wants.
And I give credit to him and you and the rest of the crew, because to leave New York to go to Atlanta, that a lot of people don't realize it has battle rap has a presence in Atlanta. Because you talked about Spit That Heat. There's a presence there.
Always been.
But Atlanta gets a bad rap based off of one one or two different situations in 2 or 3 different events. They get a little bit of a bad rap, but RBE's, yes, Atlanta battle rap crowds have a very bad rap. But I'm gonna say this, and when I say this, you'll know what I'm talking about. Only one company really has a problem with Atlanta battle rap crowd, and I'm gonna leave it there. I'll leave it there. Like, and it's not, and it's just the way, and it's been like that since the first time he went. So, but RBE has never had an issue with an Atlanta battle rap crowd.
Music Room was beautiful.
Music Room, the Max Out, all of that hit with, what is it? Truth? Is it Truth? I think that's the name of the venue. Is it Truth or what was the name of
Believe Music Hall, upstairs and downstairs. Yep.
Yeah, my goofy ass over here thinking about power and I saying Truth. That's crazy.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, the Blue Room over at 4U Studios.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Like, RBE has never had a problem with that Atlanta crowd. So it was such a bold move to leave New York, because that's where built your home at. It was home base. So to leave
that's where him and his brother and a few of the partners are from. But Lawrence is from Dallas, or excuse me, Houston, but lives in Dallas. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But so go ahead.
But I was gonna say, like I said, I met ARP first, and then when they brought Lawrence on, because Lawrence didn't start initially with the company. Mm-hmm. When he did come on as a partner, that was a few years before. I want to say maybe about maybe 2 years, maybe 2 years before they even moved. I might be wrong with the timing, but I know that's when the 1SK started. Lawrence, being that he is from the South and I was living in the South, we had that connection, but they had always been really great supporters of mine. You know what I mean? So especially coming down to Atlanta, like I said, when they moved to Atlanta, I was able to be right there at the events, meeting them in person. And like I said, it was just, I don't know. It was just the instant, now you just put the face with the name, and, they saw how supportive I was of them. So when they went to Atlanta, I don't believe that there was an event that I missed when they moved to Atlanta. So, and we used to just politic from there. I'm at the face-offs to the events. I'm spending the weekend out there and hanging out. They always, anytime it was ARP, like to party after the events. I've never been that person. I'm going back to the hotel and I'm done. You know what I mean? But it's just always been the kinship with me and the RBE family before even coming on. So, like I said, when I did come on board, even with them though, and I've always been there. You see what I'm saying? I've always kind of been doing what I do, even with RBE. It was, on whether it was the 1SKs or whether it was a top tier battle rapper that maybe ARP wasn't thinking about, or even I just used to ask him all the time about different battle rappers and why certain people weren't on the platform, or why he didn't bring certain people back. And that's kind of when he was teaching me a bit of the business then, even, and why this doesn't make sense, and why doing this way. And so I used to come to him and be like, look, if I can make this happen, what do you think about this? Or what if I can, he'll be like, Wayne, it's cool. Him be like, he's a dope battle rapper, but in other words, he ain't selling tickets. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. But you tell it, look, he told me specifically, verbatim, if the different things that we were talking about on the financials, on the business side of things, if you can make that business side work and they with it, tell them you got a direct line to me. And I was like, what? He's like, for real. Let them know, Wayne, that you have a direct line to me if you can make that happen. And that was that. So, like I said, it's always been that with us. And then coming on board, ARP was just like, when Lawrence was like, okay, I'm bringing Winged in, and this, and ARP was like, she family. What you telling me for? I win. It was kind of already like shit. She already here, so I thought it was dope to have that happen, and yeah, it was. I mean, the work has always been there. They've already they saw it. I told them what I wanted, what I felt like RBE needed, and they gave me a shot to do it. Told them how I felt like I needed to run certain things because of all the experiences that I had already had in battle rapping, battle rappers, and it was kind of like, nah, I want to run this way because I feel like there are some great girls and guys out there that are just looking for that opportunity. And I feel like you have people with their own agendas. ARP always says that people are their battle rappers are only loyal to their options. Unfortunately, that's on the smaller scale of things too. That's with the up and comers too. You know what I mean? So his brother Shoutout actually wanted to do something like this, and Shoutout was like, "Yeah, I like my freedom too much, and I'm good. Wayne, you got it." And they knew it was gonna be a chore. I just was up for the challenge, and Lawrence was just like, "Look, that's cool. It's all you. I ain't got it. I'll be around, but it's you." And that's how that happened.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you for that because, like I said, to parlay to start with, well, like I can't even say start with because you're doing all this shit at the same damn time. So it's not really a start with, but to end up as a partner with RBE and to end up having accomplished a lot. And when you look at it, it's really not that much time. Like we probably 15 years into that. If we being honest, roughly somewhere around that. So, you've been busy and still busy. So it's about that time. We gotta get into it. Talk to me about the bricks. The process.
Where would you like to? Okay, where would you like to start?
Just walk me through it. Walk me through it, and when we get to where we're getting ready to get to, I'm gonna let you have it.
Okay, so ARP has always told me anything I do, I need to do exclusively. And when you're dealing with, and this is just like I tell even the intake, and as I told the bricks, I'm never going to put something on you that I didn't have to go through or that I'm still not going through. The bricks got upset when Chris Unbiased had put out a blog talking about Wing's profile is not is not a big profile, or however he put it. They were kind of upset about that. A lot of shit don't faze me. I don't, you know what I mean? I wasn't upset about it. I wasn't offended about it. In all actuality, I'm a realist. In all actuality, it's not. You know what I mean? It's not. You got Hitman Holla that is doing bags and bodies. His name is going to carry what he does. Calico's name is going to carry what he does. You know what I mean? Suge and all these people who have made their names. Yeah, I've been here 15 years, but that's my own, fault because I chose not to be, you know what I mean? I moved the way I wanted to move. It was never about having my name in lights. You know what I mean? However, needing to have that bigger persona does help. However, doesn't mean that you can't accomplish anything if you don't. You know what I mean? So I didn't take offense to it when he said it. But with that being said, like I told him, starting back from Angry Fans Movement, I kind of gave a glimpse of that. I didn't really go all into it, but Caps and I had to work when we had to start that second channel over. Like that was a collective. We worked, you know what I mean? Promotion. That man used to tell me, look, when they know me, they don't know you. So you're gonna have to when you go and you go through these Facebook groups, man, still today I'm in over 200 Facebook groups because I had to put the show in every Facebook group. I had to come up with captions. I had to put my face out there so that people would know who I was, because even Ange was like, you do realize that people know your name. They don't know your face like that though. I'm only really going to the events in the South. I wasn't really going to the events in New York at the time. You know what I mean? I really, when I started the breakdown crew, that's when I started to really, you know, go outside of, you know, right outside of the internet. But anywho, so I told them, look, this is gonna be a struggle for us. I'm very honest. They don't like ARP and they mad at RBE. My nigga, they don't like my ass neither. So it's an uphill battle. It is an uphill battle. Okay. And that's what I told them. You got a target on your back. You know, every last one of them came in with their story of how they felt about certain things. I'm always for the underdog. You know what? But in life, I've never been in high school, anything. I've never been a person that I've always known the cool kids. I just never was the person to do the cool kids thing. I kind of always did my own thing. You know what I mean? In battle rap, I'm doing my own thing. I do it my way. When I get it from the mud, I feel better about it. And that's really what I told them. That's what I told them. This is going to be hard work. And it's going to be things that you're not going to want to do. But you make time for what you want. And that's what we did. That's exactly what we did. The model that was based off of a 70-30, which 30% is the rapping, 30% is what got you here. That 70 is what keeps you here. That 70 is the marketing and branding of who you are, the branding, the promotion, the marketing, and how you got to figure out a way to keep yourself relevant. When we did our first event for the Bricks, we did that. I can't remember the year, but we collabed in Houston with Houston Barcode. Then that second one was a couple of months later. We did that in Pennsylvania. The battles from the Pennsylvania event didn't come out until the next year. So damn near 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. They had to wait for their battles to come out, and they had to figure out how to stay relevant.
Right.
And doing that, they had to know all the media. They had to be, you know, my biggest thing at the time was being respectful. You know, you got to be respectful to the people who have come here before you. You know what I mean? It's always been that. That ain't never. You can go to spaces and hear interviews where they're telling you, you got to lead with respect first. You know what I mean? It's okay to believe that you better than a lot of these motherfuckers, but you got to lead with respect first, especially on the female side. But my biggest thing, I feel like my take back from the Bricks, I challenged myself. You know what I mean? I started off with 10 of the guys. Lawrence was like, look, go back through the 1SKs and see who you want to bring back. Bring back some that bring back, I think 4, it was like 4 and 6 or something like that. Of those who have not had 1SKs, and then those who have. So I went back, saw who, and it was a trip because I had just the last 1SK, I believe, that we had done. The last 2 1SKs before COVID would have been Dev the Demon, Larry Bull, and Payne and Zay. So I fuck with all of them. I mean, not for nothing. That was the hand that I had to hand in those anyway. And actually, I'm sorry, I had brought another one on, which would have been Bone Card, because Bone Card was in that set of people too.
Okay.
But anyway, those were the guys that I was bringing back. Then I got wind of some other guys, so I started to build the team with the guys. So with Coach and Breed and Delvo and who else? I know that 6'8" and Will Major did an audition at the Houston card. So they didn't come in. They came in right at the cusp, at the bottom of that, me rounding off that first season of the Bricks. And because it was kind of a hierarchy, you know what I mean? Like we had the PGs, we had, you know, the Prove Yourselves and the Ground Zeros with King of the Dot. We've always had a hierarchy type of situation in battle rap when it came to up and comers, you know. And so I felt like that was something that needed to continue. It would make it easier because it would show you, if you serious about your talent, it's going to show you where you fall. And of course, being that I come from the blogger world, I already know when the bloggers think you hot.
Yep.
You feel me? And
Yep.
so listen, my blogger family, the Colas, the Tony Bros, even Capso's childish ass. You know what I mean? He, like, a lot of them, Jay Black and France, and you know, a lot of different people that and I know I'm missing some names, but a lot of them, I look to them to see who they saw and who they felt were. Even Anwar done told me a couple of times, but like I said, my blogger family, my media family is who I look to tell me who they liked and who they felt were those next stars. And a lot of times that shit was right on the money. That shit was right on the fucking money. So yeah, it was like we had a really good thing. Then I decided to challenge myself. And then that's when I started the second season and brought some more folks in, and we were doing really good.
Now who's in this set?
Huh?
Who's in that set? The second set?
I don't even remember. Oh my God. So you had, I don't even think I named everybody in the first.
You didn't name everybody in the first. I know that.
Along with season 2, I also still asked for a female side of things. So Caution is kind of like a season 1, season 2, because she came kind of like right in the middle of that.
Yeah, she was like right there in the middle of that, right?
Yeah. And then after that, I built after her. But the funny thing is, she wasn't even supposed to be the first. Raw Image and Lady Tunes did the 1SK at Max Out 2.
Okay.
And I appreciate them because they did the battle like a week and a half's time. And we said we would bring them back. And it was just timing. It's timing for me. Was really about everything. So I didn't bring Raw back right away. But Lawrence did like her as well. So it was bringing her right back. And because, you know, contrary to what these fucking stupid ass pictures that's being painted, a lot of motherfuckers know I'm gonna stand back. I'm not going to jump out the window and go grab anybody. When I first started the bricks, I didn't run out to go get anybody, and that's kind of why I was letting people know every time somebody would call me a scout, I would correct them. I'm not a scout. You know what I mean? And I said it, and I really stood firm on that for a reason. But when some of the other girls, with the girls, it was all a little different because a lot of the girls didn't realize that we were starting a girls' movement. So I kind of had to approach them. I didn't have to approach the guys, other than, you know, letting them know, giving them the call when they had already enlisted to do 1SKs. But excuse me. So with Peaches and La G, I had already knew who La G was. But then, like I said, with Peaches, I have been watching Peaches for a long time, along with my history with female battle rap, the Midwest battle rappers, female battle rappers. You know, I've been watching Vixen since Vixen battle on Go Hard or Go Home, Melee TV. Her first battle out. You know what I mean? Like, I really have been watching a lot of the girls on the Midwest, Panic, Cheddar, Meatrice, you know what I mean? It was a lot of the girls that I have been watching for a while. Nadia Ali, you mentioned. You know,
Nadia,
listen, you know, it goes way back with the D Halls and all of them. Fahrenheit back when they was on Queen of the Rain. Well, I don't think Fahrenheit ever made Queen of the Rain, but anywho, so I have been watching Peaches. So I kind of was trying to make sure that if Debo was going to pick up different girls, I didn't really want to interfere with that. So I really just kind of sat back and sat on those girls because I do know I was hearing certain things about some of the girls that may have been going or doing some things with whether it was Queen of the Ring, URL, whatever. So I sat back and I waited. When I sat back and waited, I had heard that Peaches actually was going to retire. And it just so happened that I came across a battle that she did with Tato. And it's crazy because Tato was at the battle that I was at with Zay and Pain. So
right.
That's how I knew her. But it was crazy because it was like, this girl battle raps. Kind of the way I was with Caution. This girl battle rap. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Call Pain, bro, why you didn't tell me your sister, that's your sister, right? He like, yeah. I was like, why you tell me she battle rap? He was like, well, no, since you said that you didn't want us referring you. No, I said, man, where's she at? I need her. Go get her. So yeah, I brought, that was my girl. You know what I mean? So along with them, I brought in I put 6'8" and Will Major in the first part of the season 2. Then in no order, I brought in Sino, Sniper, because we were definitely looking for, because we were in Atlanta, so we were looking for Atlanta representation. But I've been knowing Sniper since Fit That Heat, so it was like, nah, I got to bring Bro over, is what I was thinking at the time. But Sniper, who else? Def the Kid. Lord, who the fuck else did I bring right in? I believe it was, Infrared, Blade, Riddick, Notes, Jers. I think that's it.
Okay.
I might be wrong. Don't kill me, hey mama.
Don't kill me. Mama. What's good, mama? Mama, I promise I haven't forgot about you.
When that house empties, your memory dies with it.
I feel it. But so you know how we do it. We it's time to get to the shit. So between the first season of the Bricks, the second season, I'm following all of this, by the way, because this is during the time where I'm setting this here up. And so I'm looking and I'm seeing what you're doing. And I said, when she gets ready, I wanted this then so that we could help, try to promo or whatever. So, but I'm seeing it. I'm just waiting. I'm just sitting back waiting and I'm looking and I'm like, this is going pretty good. Then after you implemented the intake, which I'm assuming was like the first season of your first, foray into the Bricks or whatever, before you became a Brick. That's what I understood it to be.
Yeah. Let me before you go any further, let me tell you.
Go ahead.
So, by choice, when I moved to Virginia,
shout out to you.
That. But by choice, when I choose to move to Virginia, ARP was like, "What do you think about a mass intake?" I said, "What? A mass intake?" Now, mind you, because we were moving directions at the time, so we were really trying to take the intake process off of our major events to make more room for Brick battles.
Makes sense.
So the mass intake event, and it was kind of like, I like it, and I'm like, well, what you mean? So I'm trying to pick his brain to see what he on. And he was like, you can do whatever you want to do it. I said, okay, so hold on, wait a minute. So you mean I can do, he was like, Wayne, however you want to set it up. Me, don't give me no idea. Soon as you put the idea in my head, I got about I call my little bubble. You know how back in the old cartoons when the bubble used to, my little bubble starts to bubbling. And I came back with him with a plan on that. And, shit, it was written. So, that's how it was a plan, and once we get further into this, you'll
Mm-hmm.
understand a little more when it comes to the intake. But
Got
the
you.
intake was to display more of the talent, give them their existence because of the moves that we were making with the bricks. And not for nothing, he was talking about retirement then too. It just wasn't, he was saying it, but it wasn't public. But go ahead.
Got you. Got you. So yeah, I'm seeing all of this go on, and I'm looking, and I'm loving it. I'm loving everything that's going on because I'm the type of person that I just don't want to eat McDonald's. I think that Burger King is necessary. I think that Wendy's is necessary. I think that all of these places are necessary. And when you start calling things the KFC a battle rap, that's kind of, you know what? Fuck you. I kind of like KFC. So now what? It's just me. So I kind of want KFC to do good.
Think
So,
about it, it's free serve.
I mean,
You know what I mean? Shout out to Gritty and the marketing of we got new biscuits, you know what I mean? Everything. People get so wrapped up in bullshit, and it's like, the taking of shots, it ain't personal. The shit ain't personal. This man talks to ARP. I know that he talks to ARP. He's come to our events. He was at the first Max Out. He was at the Straight to It. Like, when
he was at the event that Hitman Battle Bill Collector.
Right. Like, yes, I was outside with him when he was like, people get caught up in the drama. Y'all motherfuckers really don't be knowing what's going on for real. Nah, when he said, and being a marketing major, do y'all know that KFC is a $1 billion trading company that owns its own shit? It owns everything, all their distribution, their ice companies, down to the farming, goddamn. Like, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so when you see, but when you see that and you start to see, okay, so because I'm the type of person, I like to sit back and see if I can see where things are going. I like to sit back and I like to see. And when I see how you're starting to develop your own talent, I said, oh, so now nobody can say that they're taking talent from somewhere else.
Because that was my pitch for my reason why.
Because everybody says it's a platform, it's not a league, and they don't have their own talent. But now they're starting to develop that. So now it's going to.
But yes, you're absolutely.
Yeah, like that's and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, that actually is that's brilliant. Actually, like that makes sense because I mean, everybody, like if you are any type of organization, you have to have some type of on-job training. You have to have some type of intern process, some type of building block to step up for somebody to move in. So it makes all the sense in the world. And I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm like, this is great. RBE has a wonderful, wonderful 2023 with one of my favorite events ever in Max Out 3. I love that. I love
it. Shut up, Shadow.
What he do? It's not bad when she talk to us something. We're
gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I am she and she is me. That's my slogan. That's my slogan. That's why.
I feel it. So 2023 happens, Max Out 4. I mean Max Out 3, everything's good. Where does it go wrong with the brick? Because I don't know what happened. I tuned into it late because the end of that year was a little hectic for me and I wasn't paying as much as attention as what I should have been paying to what was going on. But what happened? Where did things break down? I want your opinion because I honestly don't know and I would love to hear your opinion.
Listen, bro, JT, I've been saying this since the bullshit happened. We're going to get into it though.
I'm ready for it.
Have been saying since this shit started, I've been tweeting. I did a couple of interviews. I said there, tell these motherfuckers why y'all really mad. That's all I'm saying. Tell these motherfuckers why y'all really mad. Dead ass. Tell them why y'all really mad. Because one day I might. You know what I mean? One day I might. It might be today. We'll see.
We'll see. But, I'm here for it.
Put it like this. A lie is always better than the truth. And we ain't gonna pussyfoot around it. The lie is always better than the truth. You got motherfuckers, it's crazy because I was at the No Cap event. And a person that I'm really cool with had mentioned something to me about people coming for my head. They don't like the way you tweet online. They don't like this. They don't like that. And he's not really telling me anything significant, but it was just weird to hear when I'm really in my own little bubble. I'm not out here. I had gotten to a point in battle rap where I wasn't even talking to people who weren't working with me, my team, the bricks. Like I was not even. When Kwai and I started the show, I really appreciated him for even coming to even want to do the show with me, because it helped me to get back into everything in battle rap, because I was so engulfed in what I was doing. I didn't see anything else. You know what I mean? So, but that is part of the issue. I would say the intake was part of it. And when you're used to, unfortunately, I have to concede to the slick talk about, oh, Wayne, you like a mother to these grown ass people. You they mama. Can they come outside? And you know, all the little slick shit that people were saying. It was almost as if I had to concede to that, because this was a bunch of fucking temper tantrums is what this was. But because these motherfuckers know that battle rap people in this community don't fuck with me. I mean, I even got a text message where a nigga told me, you know, your enemies want to know things about you. I told him, tell them. Thing about it is, I don't give a fuck. What you can never take from me is nobody was checking for you niggas until I came around. When everybody mad at Easy right now, but take accountability for what y'all do purposefully. Y'all sit up here because you have hate for somebody else. You get into these people's ears and you pimp them out of their positions. That shit I've been telling these niggas forever. Oh, you don't like the way Wing talk, but you know what? Are you motherfuckers working as hard as I am? You're not. You're not. Every last one of these motherfuckers that left are doing what? They got a couple of battles here and there, a few of them. But what are they really doing? I wasn't only taking care of battles for niggas. I'm taking care of financial shit. I'm being your mama, your preacher, your lawyer, your accountant, your beneficiary. Not that I should have been doing all of that. But at the same time, you got to make sure I felt the way I felt. When they get on these stages, they got to be mentally and physically ready to do certain things when they are on this stage, because every battle is like your last battle with RBE, because he's watching how you move. He said it on the blog.
He said it plenty of times. I watch his blogs. He said
when all this shit happened. The crazy part about it is, bro, motherfuckers was so caught up with disliking me that y'all the same motherfuckers that I've been telling them to stop fucking with. Because y'all not telling the truth. Y'all not out here, y'all talking about, oh, y'all should be battling names. Who the fuck then gave? Some of them have had names. But who the fuck then gave you same niggas that jumped out this window names? ARP said it. When she fighting for them to get battles, I don't even want them on the card. I used to tell them though, JT. I used to tell them, y'all heard some of the shit that ARP was saying. I'm telling y'all, he would hurt your fucking feelings. I'm being nice about it. And it was always it was always the tethering between whether I'm telling them the truth or not. So you had some of them going over my head to go and try to have that conversation with ARP. He was peeping the shit the whole time. So it went from somebody had a gun at an event at a venue that we have been using for a whole goddamn year. Now, let's go back to the intake. I was forming the intake. We had started a year with the intake. We were developing them. The Bricks got upset because, Wayne, you're forgetting about us.
Now, that's what I was going to ask you. Was it a situation of you did certain people maybe feel like you were taking your attention away from what
Absolutely.
started focusing on the newer talent because you felt like
That
they
wasn't the
were
only
on
thing.
it?
They felt like I was taking my attention away because that became a thing too. Yeah. A whole
Goddamn.
bunch of attention was being taken away, apparently. But I
Oh
was taking
shit.
my time. Yeah, mama gotta have a life too. That's what the baby boy, right? Yeah, I couldn't have a life. I,
Oh
real
shit.
shit. If you listen to everything that was being said, what did Wing really do? Motherfucker sat up there and tried to lie. Oh, they promised us. She promised us. How the fuck I promised you anything? They made this about Wing the whole time when y'all the same motherfuckers who told me I wasn't a boss. I'm not this. I'm not that. So how the fuck I promise you anything?
Mm.
And ARP sat there and said online, oh, their contracts. It was a few of them that were getting paid for the main events.
Mm-hmm.
For brick events, you weren't. And it was only a few that was getting paid. Everybody that was contracted was not whatever the $300 that some of them was getting paid was incentives on brick events. It wasn't a payment. Your contract said that you negotiated for the opportunity. There wasn't a dollar sign. ARP told me, Wayne, make sure you pay attention to this line right here. This is before all the bullshit when they was getting their contracts. This says where they can negotiate. I have talked to every last one of them to make sure they understand what they're signing. After they sign their contracts, you send them over to me.
And you know, most people, and that's a shout out to him because most people wouldn't have did that. They hand you the contract. It's up to you to go look and see what you signed.
Me and said,
But
look, this is what we're doing with these contracts. This is what I'm calling them, every last one of them that I'm sending these contracts out to. That's why I knew everybody who was supposed to get contracts and everybody who wasn't. I know everybody who went and cried and sucked dick for contracts. Yeah, and I said it that way too, because you motherfuckers been raking me across the coals. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear nothing. Nah, I've been talking crazy about me. I'm fucking for venues. I'm homeless, evicted. Yo, y'all been talking crazy about me. I don't want to hear shit about the way I may talk today. Nah, son. Y'all open this Pandora's box, and shout out to Lucci, because Lucci said you can open Pandora's box, but you can't put the Pandora.
You cannot close that. No. You don't close it.
But yeah, so yeah, like I said, everybody was not getting paid even as a brick. Everybody did not have a contract as a brick. Contracts stopped getting handed out after Brick by Brick 4. So anybody else who was a brick at that, and again, starting the intake process was the new development process, and this is where the B1s were formed. When you come into the brick house, you just can't become a brick. Now you still being tested, because before any of this occurred, even onto the one that came into the brick house, what we felt was we need to see you perform a few more times. This may be a great battle that you have over here, but can you do it again? Can you do it again? You know what I mean? And that has always been the mantra for them when it comes to the up and coming talent.
Before I put my stamp of approval on you, I need to make sure you can. I need to make sure you can go. You're not gonna get up here and embarrass me, so I need to make sure if I'm putting you on my platform, you can go. That makes total sense in the world.
So again, this, with coming into the situation with the intake, my thing. This is the way my mind is working, because what I haven't really talked about was the financial parts of this. And I'll try to mix that all into what we're talking about. So the first 2.5 years that we doing all of this, money ain't coming in like that. Their logic was, we're developing talent, money is not gonna come in like that. Right. They never expected that. So that's why for me, everything was forecasted. Everything was, I'm yelling about this. I need them to do that, because I don't think the reality of what this is for them, I feel like it was more, they felt entitled because now they're in the house. But y'all don't understand the financial obligation to this shit. It don't matter that a couple of fans over here is talking about this and that and the third. My nigga, y'all not doing max out numbers. We didn't expect you to. Mm-hmm. But selling 30 VODs and we done kind of built y'all now. Now people know y'all names. You done brought back blood, sweat, and tears. And the bank ain't getting nothing. We breaking even. We're not making anything else to actually do events. Sometimes we're not even doing that. So we cut back from the VODs. What more can we cut back from? I'm trying to keep all you motherfuckers afloat.
Mm-hmm. And you're not giving me anything to work with.
But I was honest with them. Every time. I never hear nothing from them. So the yelling and screaming that a motherfucker will talk about, yeah, I'm yelling and screaming. You goddamn right. I'm trying to keep you here. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a threat. That was what it was. Mm-hmm. When Lawrence is saying, hold on, these intake dudes is doing way more than what these brick niggas is doing. Okay, well, you know what? I may keep a couple of bricks, keep the ladies, and work with the intake. That's what the last conversation was. So now you got the intake coming in, and we got this process moving the way it's moving. These dudes are actually coming with support systems. They're outside battling everywhere outside of RBE. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing with their opportunity. Plus, they bring motherfuckers through that door. Lawrence happy about that. He see that everything, Lawrence will come a time or two, see everything is moving and grooving the way it's supposed to.
Right.
Bricks upset. All right. Well, Wayne, you spending too much time over there. Them niggas got the spaces popping. They got crucible niggas coming outside for their asses. Nobody know now. All of a sudden, nobody knows who Bricks and Intake is. Why the fuck is that my fault? Why is that Wayne's fault that they don't know who you are? Y'all had 3 years versus these motherfuckers ain't even had a year yet.
And I'm assuming if they haven't had a year, it's the same machine.
JT, you was here from the start of this.
I was. That's what I'm saying. It's the same machine. So if the people who haven't been here for long, and again, this is just me asking a question. If the people who haven't been here for longer than 4 to 5 months, or you know, however long it was, and then the people have been here for 3 years, if the same machine is getting the 4 to 5 known, and the same machine had the other ones known at one time, where's the disconnect if the machine is still working? Like, I don't, that's, yeah. I just try to act logically. That's all
I'm saying. Me being me, my kids,
right?
You know what? They feel like I'm just throwing them away. Let me do something here. I go to Lawrence ARP. Man, make them the main events. Just make them the main events. ARP is like, look, I'm trying to put some one-off on the card. They crying. Make them the main event then. We was already talking about some battle events anyway. All right, cool. That's where we brought up the breed is different. So we changed the name on that because I forgot where we were. No Way Out. We did No Way Out. Then we did the breed is different.
And I remember breed is different. I remember that. I remember No Way Out too.
I'm gonna get to the breed is different because the breed is different. Bred some other shit. Okay. So
I like that. I like that.
It bred some other shit. But yeah, so we had the Bricks versus Intake, which like with RBE, we were really making our own legacy. Like, shout out to Rap Redix because when he put us in that blog, like that was supposed to be monumental. ARP was like, you know what? I feel like this year they may want to stop using the Bricks name because it puts them in a certain box. I took that back to them. I said, look, ARP feels like y'all may need to stray away from the name. But I respected why they wanted to keep it. And I told him that. It's their identity. We're in a blog where we are so profound. You got Geechee Gotti talking about them. Yeah, leave them motherfuckers alone because when they come out, they all coming out. You know what I mean?
And that's a fact. That's a fact.
The unity of this situation. You didn't have to like it, but motherfucker, you was gonna respect it.
That's the fact.
Even when the fallout happened, I'm sitting back, I'm ARP laughing, eating popcorn. I'm sitting up here like, you know what? I'm listening to all the different shit that's being said, and this one thing that came out of all of that. But we gonna get back to that. That shit was funny as hell to me because we did our jobs. That's what I'm gonna say in the beginning. But yeah, so it was like it really was the exclusiveness of the situation. So we really they didn't want to give it up. And I had to appreciate that. So I told ARP, they don't want to give that name up. It's theirs. It was based off of your mantra, brick by brick, and they feel like they built something with that. So they want to keep it. They don't want to go away from that. So he respected it. They kept the name. However, so that's why again you have bricks versus intake. Where the fallout comes because when ARP and everybody realizes that he's retiring, now all of a sudden niggas is in a frenzy. What is the bricks gonna do? What is it? I told these niggas, hey, Papa Boy said every time about where the bricks are, or it was some what the bricks gonna do, or something he said. I said, listen, hashtag that shit. He wonder what the bricks gonna do. We got a fucking card. What y'all talking about? Post that fucking card and hashtag what the bricks gonna do. Do that. What we doing? We gonna have an intake like we were a cohesive group. I'm gonna have an intake retweet that shit. We all over the place. We done spam this motherfucker. Right. Now what the bricks gonna do? Boom. Let me show you what they gonna do. That's where it was. But they were listening to too many people. Everybody want to see this. Everybody want to see that. Oh, ARP is leaving. What y'all gonna do? The pride and respect that you had when we was coming up should have been the pride and respect that you had for the situation then, because you know I have worked for you this entire time. What the fuck did you think that we was gonna do? Right. Because he's leaving, we done? You couldn't see where that put you? Like seriously. Y'all don't see that puts y'all right in the forefront, and whatever we can do to make sure that you motherfuckers win, we was gonna put y'all in that light to win. It's y'all the golden kids now. Right. Even if it's us starting a whole new chapter with y'all, our way. Because what I had to understand about me, I can't walk in ARP's shadow. ARP brought RBE where it is today. In order for me and Lawrence to move forward, we couldn't do the same things that ARP did. We had to move in a direction our way. It was a gift and a curse on the shit that happened, though. Because what we were also dealing with within the house is the entitlements. You got coach leaving, so you got certain motherfuckers feeling like, oh, well, coach is gone. So at the time, coach is gone, I'm number one. Motherfuckers fighting over number one spots, but don't know how to be number one. Don't know how to be the franchise player in the situation. Right. You got motherfuckers over here that worried about what other people are dealing with on the outside of battle rap, but and just different. None of them, they mad at each other. That's why when all this shit happened, I'm sitting up here like, all you niggas is fake friends because y'all done sat up here and talked about that nigga. Y'all done told Wayne, why you putting that nigga on the card? He ain't that good, and we gonna lose bricks versus intake. These motherfuckers sat up here and talked about each other like dogs.
I would have never thought that from listening to them talking's faces. I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that the group of people that I seen consistently surround anybody who might have had something negative to say about the bricks, I would have never thought that they were kicking each other's back in behind the scenes. I'd have never thought that.
When you started hearing us talking about the changing of the guard, that was why.
Oh, wow.
Because it seems like when the intake came in, that's when niggas start showing their true colors.
So what was the last straw? What was the last straw that really set everything off?
The last straw, from what I heard, had to do with me personally. Yeah, I was being told that I was so distracted that I was no longer doing my job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But after the breed was different, the reason you see Bada fly at the breed is different was because of Wing.
Mm.
Everybody is doing these amazing things. I need to bring somebody out here that's gonna, because the bloggers ain't worried about coming to y'all events. Let me get somebody out here that's paying attention. This is in the midst of the blog awards. My blogger side of me says, hey, they're in a blogger award. This is a beautiful thing for me, because guess what? I know what that means.
Exactly.
Let me go holler at the homeboys and get them the fuck out here, right? Yeah.
Well,
You know, I'm in media again. Qua, I need you to be out here. And this is, you know, caution and goddamn Gwitty, you know, Gwitty shit. I gotta enlist my guy. I gotta get him out here, Mr. Promo himself. I need people that I know listen to bars, listen to everything that's going on. I got my smaller media outlets that's been fucking with us out there too. You know what I mean? So shout out to Battle Raps outlet, they out there. My judges who have been judging the whole intake process. You know, I got F dot out there too. Like, it's everybody's out there that's been with us either from the beginning of this shit with the intake, you know, and then people who were new to it. Bada pulled up in the spaces one day, saw the camaraderie, saw the shit talking, loved it. Watched a couple of battles. Then I had to have him in Showtime, because Showtime, that's my nigga. Showtime
is like, yo, Showtime is a cool nigga.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, let me get the fuck out here so they can see what we doing out here. So that's when they came out there. They loved it. They loved it.
Right.
Gwitty makes the post. Gwitty is like, I think Gwitty and Quad made the post, or Quad retweeted and was saying whatever he was saying. But and then you got Showtime and Vada doing blogs and talking about every single fucking battle on that card. I mean, it was beautiful. And then you have motherfuckers jumping out that window. Hold up. Y'all talking about these niggas is the best. Nah. You know, now people, and to see, the thing about it is, I move, like I said, I move the same way I move with Angry Fans Radio. When I brought Tony Bro on, I knew what I was doing when I brought Tony. I knew what I was doing when I brought Blue, when I brought Henny, when every co-host that we had on that show was somebody that I brought on there. I knew what I needed for this situation. So I put them all together in that event that day. I didn't expect for them to do that, but yeah, that came from that. But bringing Qua onto my side of the world, opposed to the media side, I know what he comes with. I know his trajectory in battle rap, the people that he talks to, he's the olive branch or the extension of what I do, just like EJ and every other person that's on my team. So he's talking to people who may not know how to get in touch with me, but they can go through him. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's exactly what happened. All of a sudden, these offers about 2-on-2, or excuse me, league versus leagues are coming up. Now we booked the whole rest of the year for league versus league.
Right.
You feel me?
I do. And that makes sense. Yeah.
We had this Battle Academy situation.
I remember this.
Motherfuckers had the Bricks as the underdogs.
I remember this.
Them niggas went in there and did what they were supposed to do. We had another event called Fuck 'em Up Friday. Event was beautiful. That whole weekend we was lit. And then a motherfucker, for what, like I said, you can call it what you will, and I'm just gonna call it the way I see it. What I have been trying to keep motherfuckers away from, everything happened for a reason. You can't take a hoe out of a nigga. I'm sorry.
No.
We've been talking about pedigree for years. And I had to come to the realization of, I built a system that was a filtration system where the weak and the fake motherfuckers gonna always get from around this situation. And it's been happening every single time. And that's exactly what happened. I can't even be mad about it. their whole thing was, oh, it wasn't even their thought. It was one person's thought. If we get her out of here, he would be in charge, and ARP would be dealing directly with them. Motherfuckers, I'm not fired, guys. I'm not fired. Never was fired.
Because you're still here from, I mean, not
yeah. Never, none of that. None of that happened. None of that happened. Never, that was a whole false whatever. Hate motherfuckers. Sorry, wasn't me. I can give a fuck what story you want to make up. None of this had to happen. We had a conversation. I didn't even know what happened, is the crazy thing about it. These fake motherfuckers gave me hugs on the way leaving the event. No bullshit. No bullshit. No bullshit. I never knew that there was an issue. We had been at this same event. Motherfuckers was embarrassed about how the event hall looked or whatever the case may be. These hating ass things. Swear to God. Y'all some haters. Get that hate out your blood, but I love it because you patronize me every day. You know, some of y'all that know me know I don't give a fuck. Keep my name lifted, baby. But you know what? When you tell my story, make sure you tell it correctly and it has some excitement in it because you keep me lifted. You got to know I sleep well at night. But anywho, yeah, so the shit was crazy because we're having these conversations. And when all the melee happened, now let me go back to that since all these medical doctors are in battle rap too. Because I heard a couple of people trying to tell me about my seafood allergy. This event that we have been using for, again, a year and a half.
Hold up, wait a minute, time out. Seafood allergies are in this? This is
That's the reason that I'm not in the building. That's the reason that I'm not in the building for this event. Yeah, the Battle Academy event, unfortunately, I was not in the building. Like that event has so much bad juju on it for it to end the way that it did. I can't even be mad because it was so many reasons why that event didn't need to happen. That we just kept pushing. We kept putting band-aids on shit to make that motherfucker go. But yeah, the owner's wife decided to sell. I don't know if she did catfish sandwiches or whatever the hell that woman was cooking catfish in that building. Let me tell you something. I don't know why. Maybe you can Google. Google is your friend. I cannot be in a house with catfish. You cannot cook fish around me. I'm allergic to the iodine in fish. I do know that. But catfish itself, bruh, that smoke from catfish will suffocate the fuck out of me. Do you hear me? I cannot inhale the smoke. I did you'll see me on camera for the intake battles. But behind the scenes, I'm telling them, look, y'all got to open the windows. And normally when we're in that venue, before I start needing them to open the garage, the back garage door is when it really gets smoky in there because most people know I don't smoke.
Right.
This time it's not even smoky like that, but they are smoking around me. And I'm like, I'm coughing and I feel my throat. Like I'm it's not like it's scratchy. And I'm like, yeah, y'all smoking around me. Y'all got to kind of, you know, as the camera is going off and I'm telling them to open that garage door. And Power was like, well, sis, you know, it's hot outside. So it's like, I told him, no, bro, you got to open that door though. It's like, I can't, the smoke. And then, but I'm physically looking around and I don't see, like the cloud of smoke is not
like
there.
Puff of smoke, right. Yeah.
Right. So but I'm believing it's the weed smoke at the time. So then Stiz and them get there, Battle Academy gets there, they ready to go. I'm like, all right, well, let's go. I go to the bathroom. Now, mind you, the kitchen is by the bathroom. I walk down the hallway and I get hit with this smoke and I run back and I'm like, oh shit, wait, I can't be in here. I can't be here. Like I start panicking. I'm telling them I can't be in the building. They're like, Green, what's wrong? I was like, I'm allergic to seafood. I cannot be in the building. But they don't see what I see. So I'm telling Power and I'm telling Stiz, I'm allergic to seafood. I can't be in the building. She's cooking catfish. And they was like, oh, wow. Okay. So I've never had an issue as far as being somewhere without my my EpiPens and stuff, you know, or Benadryl, because I used to eat shrimp, and knowing I wasn't supposed to, I didn't have the effects with shrimp that I did with fish.
Right.
So I would cheat with the shrimp, but I could take Benadryl. I could take an antibiotic even. Excuse me, and be okay. Right. So in that moment, I really didn't know what to do because it was just smoke and it hadn't been me consuming it. You see what I'm saying? I know what happens when I consume it. That's a whole nother story. I had that happen at a gala I was at. No, somebody it was a la carte, and the chef, stupid ass, made catfish quesadillas and chicken quesadillas and put them right next to each other.
Oh wow.
Yes. I just so happened to pick up the catfish quesadilla that's in the chicken pile. Bruh, my first time ever having catfish. Can't even say that the shit wasn't good. Oh my goodness. Bruh, have you seen the movie Hitch?
I have seen Hitch, yes.
Remember how he was bubbled up? Bruh.
Yep.
Oh, this is wonderful. This chicken is really good. I wonder what he seasoned it with. My coworker was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay, bro. I'm sweating, but my throat is closing, and I ain't even tripping." And she's like, "Alita, are you allergic to something?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Your face. My face swelled up so big." And I looked down at the quesadilla, and I was like, "Oh my God, bro, my eyes are like closed." Puffy. It was so bad. So I know consuming it what it's like. Right. But just with the smoke, I've only had that happen when I was young, and that's how we found out about the seafood allergies when I was younger. Never had that happen again because I'm usually very careful. But this kind of caught me off guard. I didn't want to go home. I didn't need to go to the hospital though. You know what I mean? Sniper had went and got me an antibiotic, so I was okay, or an allergy pill. So I was actually okay. EJ and it was just basically kind of gauging, you know what, if we got to take you to the hospital, we'll do that. But it ended up, I didn't have to. And when it's that much smoke from catfish, you really got to air that building out before I can even come back into the building. So we weren't going to stop the event. They were already hours late. I told them I'll watch it outside and I will come to the door as I can. Bro, I'm sitting up here at this door doing this. Watching the battles. That's what I'm doing. To watch the battle. Now, when it started raining, I got back in the car. But I didn't want to leave. I was like, I need to be here for moral support. I don't even feel right going home right now.
Right.
So I stayed. So when the shit occurs, which is supposedly the gun in the building, wasn't a gun.
It wasn't a gun.
No, it was never a gun. Never a gun.
How do you mix up not it being a gun? A gun is pretty damn recognizable. Like, how do you?
Never a gun. They told ARP it wasn't a gun. They told ARP it wasn't a gun.
So if they, well, then how the hell? Then why?
Battle rap love to go off of bullshit. Oh, she didn't protect us. She didn't do this. And motherfuckers sat up here and jacked it. You hate motherfuckers.
That's crazy.
You sat up here and jacked that shit. There was no gun. Never a gun. It was about to be an ass whooping, but it wasn't a gun. And I wasn't protecting them. Yeah. I said listen, let me tell you something. I don't know who these motherfuckers think I am, but
right.
everybody at that event will tell you that that motherfucker was about to get his ass whooped because of some shit he started. When he came outside, everybody beelined it to the car that I was at.
Mm-hmm.
Top floor Luke, top floor Mars is on my left. Zay is on my right with his hands folded.
Mm-hmm.
They ready to get at him. I pay attention to the Philly boys surrounding him. You got Marv. I think Dollar was right there too. It was a few of them right there. Not the Bricks though, just him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the car. So they're arguing back and forth, but I'm noticing what's going on. And I just am thinking, yeah, y'all not fissa jump my brother. I'm like, but I'm paying attention, like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
Their energy was not, oh, I'm trying to shoot somebody.
Right.
Their energy is, yeah, we probably gonna beat this nigga ass.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But either way it goes, like I told this old hoe ass nigga, if you claim that this motherfucker had a gun, what happens next? Why weren't you protecting me? Because if this nigga wanted to shoot, he wasn't gonna shoot you. He was gonna shoot me. Because I get my happy ass about the car. And I get in the middle of them niggas. And I'm hitting, I don't even know why I was hitting loot in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hitting loot in his chest, but I'm telling these niggas, yeah, y'all ain't running down on him. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody touching him.
Mm-hmm.
That man could have snatched my hand away, went off on me, hit me, but I'm bracing myself just in case this nigga wants to try to swing on Zay.
Right. Now, before I let you go, who is, because you haven't said his name yet, and if we, the person that's in the altercation with Zay, you haven't said it. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear you. I heard you say Zay, but I didn't hear the other person that was involved.
Oh,
you
top
said
floor loot. It's top floor loot.
Okay, so it's top floor loot. Okay, got you.
Right.
Okay.
This is he's during. I guess during the battle, he's talking shit to one of the managers or whatever, and some other shit occurred or whatnot. But it's crazy because even after that, like I said, it was that situation. But even after that, they went to go talk. He telling this story in a fucking space with a bitch that claimed to be cool with me that started the shit to begin with. Like these some fake motherfuckers in this culture, Jesus. But the shit goes around and around about this whole gun situation. Then it goes into the venue. You got hate motherfuckers talking about the venue. It's the same venue we done used for a whole year and a half. I went to that venue because I like the aesthetics. Yeah, okay, you're talking about taking the shots and all this other shit. Like, I can't stand for a motherfucker to run their mouths. The aesthetic on that venue, if you look at any of the other RBE battles on that venue, we were looking for dark and dingy. We wanted it to look, we wanted it to have a certain effect because of the theme of the venue or of the intake, so to speak. So that's why we were using that building. I mean, we had plenty other buildings that we could have used, huh?
Yeah, I mean, one of the best battles that RBE or anybody has really put on that looks the best aesthetically is Calico Ill Will in a fucking parking garage. So I mean that, like, I mean that's part of it. That's part of it, and so I don't understand how that.
If you know anything about a motorcycle club, you got motherfuckers that's supposed to be so hard and so from the streets and so this and that and the other. We had battles on fucking street corners with sewer rats and everything else. You niggas talking about a fucking motorcycle club? You sound stupid. You sound dumb as fuck. Like anything to try to make a narrative about something. We did that for a reason. Mm-hmm. But this is the shit they get caught up in. This is the shit that the Bricks allowed people to they didn't know how to defend. They didn't want to defend. They wanted to continue on, let motherfuckers put batteries in their backs and do what they did. To be honest, I'm going to tell you, when all this shit came back to me, it was Sunday. That shit came back around. That's when I found out that there was an issue. Had a whole lot of motherfuckers running their
Right.
mouths about a whole bunch of nothing. Oh, we want this, and we want to be able to put money together for one brick to get a name. We want a different venue. We want to move back to Atlanta. This is all the shit I'm hearing. I ain't hearing nothing about no fucking gun. Zay was in the chat talking about, oh, well, if something had happened to me, what was you going to tell my mama? And what was you going to tell my kids? And da-da-da-da. You know, shit like that. You can't really talk to me about shit like that. The fuck you mean, nigga? You here. You at home typing from your phone or computer. The fuck you mean what I'm going to tell your people? I'm going to tell your people the same shit I told my nephew when his father died at 3 years old. What you mean? Like, stop. You know what I mean? I don't know where all these other motherfucking walks of life these people come from. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't talk to me a certain way, bro, and think that I'm not going to talk to you the same way. It's just that way. Don't go down that rabbit hole with me if you don't want me to go with you, because I always lead with respect. But you will never talk to me a certain way. It's not going down. Don't put no restraints on me because I'm a fucking woman. I'm supposed to just sit here and let you say whatever to me? You're crazy. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. Y'all ain't letting these motherfuckers in your real life not talk to you that way. Go defend yourself with these women. Don't come over here talking that shit to me. Don't. Because it's never something that I lead with. But when you get to doing that, we have a problem. Because that never should have happened. Y'all was up. The battle rap community had you niggas winning.
That's a fact.
That event was supposed to be the start of something beautiful for y'all. And they fucked it up. Over here talking about my attention is not on them. How the fuck not when you had league versus league all the rest of the year? Make it make sense for me.
Because that's what I was getting ready to get into. Because when they say that your attention wasn't on it, I'm hoping that they're not talking about your personal life.
Of course. We was doing her job. What else can you be talking about?
Because
I'm worried about my person.
I don't understand that. I don't get that. Because if the venue's booked, everything's done, everything's according to plan. I know what's not being done.
It ain't never been a time where them niggas didn't know when they was battling. Because some of them was going outside the battle. So I made sure we forecast battles 3 to 6 months beforehand. And if we change anything, we change it. But for the most part, you know what your gear looking like with me.
Caution was in the she was in the Chrome 23 tournament before all of this happened, if I'm not mistaken, right? So and I'm seeing her on different cards. Coach was on different cards. Payne was on a couple of different cards, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm seeing and this is not me picking sides or anything. I'm just telling you what I saw. The flyers are here.
No. It ain't picking sides. It's look.
It's the truth.
And you cared about actually deciphering the truth from the fake. You would have knew that already. But y'all got with a bunch of bandwagon hating motherfuckers to push your narrative when the fact is right there. Nobody ever lied to y'all. They know that. But they was able to push an agenda on some fuck shit. They was able to push an agenda. And they did it. Bravo to you. Allowing motherfuckers, y'all the same niggas in them spaces talking about, oh, we ain't saying, don't be showing a little leg to get another nigga's attention. These same motherfuckers that they been sitting up here talking about like dogs, they over there fucking with them, trying to get a bone on their leagues. Y'all some despicable motherfuckers, but you want to talk about me and my personal life. Yeah, I'm still here.
Wow.
Yeah. Squandered the whole situation to where ARP, see, I'm laughing about it, but the only part that I'm mad about is the fact that I wish I would have took y'all representatives off a long time ago. I would have known how to deal with you, because I'm not a hater. Even though I heard while all this shit was going on, one little funky ass bitch had some shit to say about something I said. I'm never gonna not have you on. If I feel like at the end of the day, you're a talented battle rapper. And even if we got issues, I will call you for a card because it makes sense. The fuck, I'm a businesswoman first. It ain't never that much hate. I don't know you people.
Right.
I don't know you people. I deal with a multitude of personalities a day. I don't care. I will call you. All you gonna do is tell me no. And I'm gonna move forward. It is that simple for me. All you gonna do is tell me no, bitch, don't call my phone. Or I mean, if I don't have your number, somebody else do, I'm gonna get a line to you. If I want you on a card, it's never gonna be that.
Right.
You took it personal. I don't. Regardless, I'm on to the next life. It is that I am that ADD about these motherfuckers in battle rap for real. Because I don't know you people.
I feel that.
Seriously. But long story short, yeah. It was the chatter about, like I said, they allowed the pressures of a lot of simple shit to get to control them. The once unified group of people that were like were so attached at the hip.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The Teflon was so strong, they allowed niggas to poke holes in that by being mad because somebody else is getting what they want. That's what that was about, along with me and not giving them the attention they wanted. You can't call my phone and I answer because you want me to answer now. I'm texting you opposed to talking to you on the phone. Yeah, that's real shit. That's not a narrative. And there was only a couple that felt that way. The gripes from everybody else, I don't know. It was crazy because it was a few of them when all this shit was going down, when I'm hearing about it, that had called my phone and was like, "Oh, sis, I don't know what's going on, but you know I'm here." Okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Then all of a sudden, motherfuckers is leaving. They got mad because when I called back that morning, because I with what they asked for, I went to Lawrence. Look, it's a whole bunch of shit going on right now. I'm gonna need this though. Mm-hmm. They want this. They want this. They want this. Lawrence's first thing to me was, we don't need their money for no names for different battlers. Why would they don't get it? I said, "What you mean, Lawrence?" He said, "They don't get it. They don't realize that they ain't making no money." I put that on my dad. I'm gonna get to that again. I put that on my dad. That's what he said, because it's always been about that. And they know that. I've been telling them this forever. Motherfuckers talking about, "Oh, I'm bringing people in the building." Oh, motherfuckers talking about, "I'm selling VODs." When was you selling VODs? I got all the receipts because that's something I asked for. And I asked for the receipts because when I have to go ask for something for somebody, I got the records. Right. Well, such and such brought this in. Such and such brought this in. They've been consistent with this. I feel like they deserve this. That's how I do. That's how I've always done. But yeah, so he was like, "Well, it's a few." He said it's a few of them that he was like, "We can go back to Atlanta, but do they know what that comes with?" I said, "You know what? I told them what it come with, because we didn't already have it. Lawrence and I and ARP, we didn't already have these conversations. What they're asking for shit that. What the thing about it is, and it pissed me off because even the B1s that are in these conversations with the bricks, it was a lot of manipulation of the intake and the B1s in this shit too. Gotcha. So I have a B1 trying to speak to a situation with bricks, one in particular. And even in that situation, I was told, "Well, Wayne, even though you said you were going to do it, it was the way you said it." I said, "Excuse, what you mean it's the way? I told you, yes, I got you. I'm going to, you know what that means? You right." But because that B1 didn't have enough time with us, he hasn't heard all the ploys and all the conversations from Lawrence and ARP. He doesn't know any of this. So a motherfucker sent him out to do his bidding, and the way he felt I was speaking about the situation was as if I was dismissing him, when what I was saying to him was, we already been down this road. But I'm going to go ask anyway.
Got you.
And if I'm able to get it, y'all better be able to produce. Because if you don't, head's about to roll. He didn't understand that though. Because it was already said that the intake is doing their thing. And Lawrence is already in a place of, well, I mean, I can cut a lot of these niggas because they ain't cutting the mustard right now. Contracts was about to be up. That's the other thing. Contracts was about to be up. Motherfuckers thought that I was having my way. Wasn't my way. Stupid. Was never my way. Contractor was about to be up. A lot of you niggas was expendable. That's what that meant. That wasn't Wayne's way. Motherfuckers trying to paint a hell of a picture. That wasn't Wayne's way.
So before we move on to the bread, I just and again, you you take this where you want to go, because like I said, I wanted to ask because I have a problem with someone trying to involve your personal life.
I do too.
When the business was handled. Now, if the business was handled, I don't understand what the issue is. So my question is this, and so I'm going to ask, was your personal life, in your opinion, because I want you to say yes or no, is it in your opinion, was it a detriment? Do you feel like hindsight 2020, you took your eye off the ball in any way?
Never took my eye off the ball in any way. See, what happened was, what the story they tried to concoct was I was taking my ball off the prize, or my eye off the prize. But at the end of the day, they knew the well, first it was the trenches. Then it was Battle Academy. Then it was Miami. Then it was TBL. Then it was New Orleans. And then ARP had actually came around and was like, we could do We Go Hard. That's 6 situations. How the fuck I take my eye off the ball? I keep saying ball. Eye off the prize.
You're right. Yeah.
How I take my eye off the prize? We had 6 fucking events planned that was supposed to take us through the end of the year. We could have rounded it off, even if, and let me tell you something, JT, I plan inside of planning. If I plan all from A to Z, I always do. So if something ends up having to be rescheduled, we got something else. I'm always planning. Me and my team are always planning. Again, these league versus league
contingency plans in case one.
Yes, so that we continuously moving. But again, ARP is retiring. So I didn't have a choice. What we were doing was now setting the path for the bricks, because the bricks are now the main people. We got our Rosenbergs, we got our Ill Wills, and all the top tier awards, all the top tiers that are in our circumference that we can work with. We have them. But now we got to level y'all up.
Graduation time. It's graduation time.
Right. Now we got to figure out, this right here is about to solidify y'all again. Because they think y'all little niggas. So we go on this whoop ass tour, which is what we told them. We go on this whoop ass tour with all of these different people. TBL had just came off a whole massacre event. We out in New Orleans. We go fuck with We Go Hard. We bringing RBE back to New York. We had so much shit planned for these ungrateful motherfuckers. Now my eye ain't never been off the fucking prize. This is my baby. What the fuck is you talking about? That shit was insulting.
Like I said, I just wanted you to say that.
About what I'm doing. No, what happened was during this call, Zaytip says to me, well, you ain't did shit for us in 3 years. I said, oh, word? Listen, I say, oh, so I ain't did nothing for you in 3 years. That's what you, for real? That's your word. He said, no. Now, let me tell you what happened after that. It's 12 of the 30 bricks, maybe 24 at the time. And on this conference call, not one said to him, bro, you dead ass wrong for that. Say you can't do that. Not one. I said, oh, that's the way you feel? So I write in the group chat, check this out. Fuck all y'all on my dad. Breathe hits me up. Breathe says, sis, for real? That's the way you feel? I told him, bro, you ain't got to worry about that. Because remember, I've had this talk with Lawrence, and some of the things that niggas asked for, we were moving forward. And I'm going to give you the exclusive. Dollar Bill.
Okay. All right. I'm here for it.
Breed and Sniper. We're going to be the people we were going to move up. Now, mind you, this was already the plan anyway, because after Max Out, ARP had already asked, who are we moving forward? And those were the names of the guys anyway. We were just doing what we was going to do anyway. That was already in the plan. It just had to be reiterated. We'll go back to Atlanta if that's what they want to do. That's what he said. Okay, I'm going to throw them a couple of names. They've earned it. Said, okay, cool. I came back that Sunday to basically have that conversation. Zay decides on Wednesday to start the bullshit, and they jumped out the window with him. It was already taken care of on Sunday. He was told, leave it alone. Y'all got what y'all wanted. He decides to jump out the window on Wednesday. Was this shit not planned or no?
It looks away. It looks away. I can't deny that. It definitely looks away.
So I'm asking again,
that's wild.
What was you niggas really mad about? Oh, she told us fuck us. Yeah, but what did y'all do? When that nigga told me I ain't did shit for you niggas, what did y'all do? What did you pussy ass niggas do? Y'all sat there and said I'm not a motherfucking thing. So if somebody says to you, JT, you ain't did shit for us, and the people that you done, all the other people you done did shit for ain't said shit, how you gonna feel about that?
I'm livid. I'm heated. Fuck every one of you. Get the fuck from around me. I don't want nothing to do with you. Since I ain't did shit for you, I ain't gonna do shit for you. And everything I did do for you, guess what? I'm telling everybody what the fuck I did. And after I get through telling everybody what the fuck I did, I'm gonna still stand on fuck you again. I feel it. I feel it.
That's it.
I
wasn't mad. I wasn't speaking out of emotion. I was done. Because this would be the second time you niggas sat up there and ain't said shit. When Payne came up there that day, I let him up there. I'm not afraid to. I'm thinking we're going to have a conversation, but he wanted to come up there and yell. Okay. Got these punk ass bitches talking about, oh, Wing, you shouldn't talk like that. Fuck you hoes. I'm gonna talk the way I want.
Nope.
Especially if you accosted me. Even with that, I shouldn't have had to say nothing. I should not have had to say nothing. That man was mad at me because I took the brick side. Because he kept saying, oh no, you didn't. And even when the shit happened, he kept saying, yeah, my issues ain't the same issues as y'all's. So I can't speak on that. That nigga knew I've done shit for him. But at the end of the day, he was mad, yes, because he felt like I took their side. When it wasn't their side, you can't say fuck the bricks and the bricks did this and not speak about me. I created this process. And that's what I was trying to get him to understand. But even with him being upset, coming up there, saying the things that he was trying to say, not one of them niggas that was sitting right there had witnessed everything that this motherfucker did. Not one of them said a word. But I stay fighting for you motherfuckers for everything you have with RBE. Fighting. This ain't my word. ARP told y'all. This is where me and Wing bump heads. Because she always fighting for them niggas. Fighting. But I ain't did shit. Yeah, y'all got it. You will never spit in my face and think that I'm going to be okay with it. No. No. And you can't jack the bullshit about, oh, I was off by and bring my personal life. Let me tell you, I'm going to say this one time. That worm-looking motherfucker who sat up here and want to keep taking shots at me, you do know I know your life, bitch. You don't know nothing about me. I know your life, though. Keep my fucking name out your mouth. You big mad because you fucked yourself up. Because you was the one who started this shit in the first place. Nobody was fucking with you. And I brought you here. Be grateful for that and move on. Because if you pay attention, this whole interview, I've had nothing but a smile on my face.
The entire
because
time.
I have no regrets for anything that we've done within the bricks. I have no regrets. And the love I have for them is the love that I have for them. But they know my story. They know my life story.
Yo, asshole.
She was one of them ones that, you know, people saw this shit. And not for nothing, I told them to stand down. I told them to stand down. Let them folks get their 15 minutes of fame and we gonna leave it alone. Nene.
You ain't got no sense either.
But no, Earthworm Jim better leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone, honey. Cause I'm not prideful in the sense that regardless, you know, let's talk about that. Because
I was getting ready. I was sitting here debating on if I was going to ask the question or not. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm not fucked up about that shit.
I'm with it. I'm with it. Because I was going to ask because I would have
moved down here because I chose to. My daughter was living in the house in Memphis, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,000 square feet. There's no lie. Anybody that know me, that has seen my lives, that have seen my pictures, I took a picture in front of that house so many times.
I can say that I first encountered you. We first met. We first talked. You were in Memphis.
I
actually was trying to figure out
in that car. In the front of that house.
I remember you were on when you were talking about coming to VA. Like I'm sitting here and I'm like, hey, yeah, you know, because you know I'm in VA. Like let's, you know, so I'm seeing it. So I remember that. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know what y'all do in life. I'm a little cultured. Yeah, I'm a suburban kid, a little cultured. Hey, yeah, I like to move when I want to move. I don't, you know, my contingency plan didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. My move was for my daughter, not for a nigga, not for so she said I was evicted. What did she say? I was homeless and evicted Bitch, I ain't been evicted since I was 18 years old. Dead ass. And that was only because I went trying to be grown when I wasn't grown. I moved with a bunch of my homegirls, and them bitches wanted to party. We all wanted to party, really. Them bitches wanted to party and didn't have no jobs, and I was the only one that had a job. Yeah, we was in a whole one bedroom, and it was 4 of us. I had the room. They had 3 little cots to the spot in the living room. That was the party crib. And when the bills came due, my mama said, "Yeah, I ain't paying for that. You're gonna have to get it how you live." And that was my first lesson in life when it came to, but no, never that. But yeah, when shit didn't go the way it was supposed to go, she offered. She offered. So much so that she said, "Wayne, you gonna miss your blessing, and you gonna keep other people from receiving their blessings because you not trying to do what is being offered to you." I am prideful in that sense. And along with the whole eviction shit, I don't do good living with people, especially not no other woman. Mind you, I'm thinking even when this does happen, I'm thinking this motherfucker house. I didn't know it was her. She was a roommate too. Yeah. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Keep my fucking name out your mouth, because I will blow this bitch up, bitch. You know I will. You know I will. And the only reason why I have it, because of the punk ass motherfuckers that will sit here and say I talk too much or I'm being messy. Oh, bitch, I will blow this mother. You will never battle rap again, and you know I know. Leave me the fuck alone. You started this. You were the one running back telling people shit because you know why you mad. You know why you mad. You another motherfucker mad because them phone calls start coming in. Stop coming in. I'm texting you instead of calling because mama got a life. You better stop. Be mad. Sit your ass over there and do what you doing. Be on the woman's league that you talked about like a dog and you ran your ass right back over there. Do that. Leave me the fuck alone, bro, because I ain't talking about you, man. Go ahead. You fucked up. And I told you. I saw how you move. And I told your ass. I pray to God you don't never rear your head towards me. And I let all you motherfuckers do what y'all did. I let all you niggas do what y'all did. And didn't say a word because it's a few of y'all. Y'all know I can rip you motherfuckers to shreds. Leave me alone, bro. I'm not the butt end of your fucking jokes no more. I'm not. The bottom line is you fucked up.
Shout out to Sis, listen, we've got 361 viewers in here right now.
You said what?
We got 361 viewers in here right now.
What the fuck we do?
361 viewers. If you haven't liked the stream or if you haven't retweeted, please do so now. I'd love to hear my phone going crazy if you haven't liked or retweeted this.
Definitely like to retweet this. And I'm a person that I don't like to give a lot of people like. And I know what you don't do because these motherfuckers stay. You tried to make such a mockery of me, but it's funny how every time my name is attached to something, here these motherfuckers go. Y'all was so mad about, she yelling at us, she want us to be in spaces, she want us to do this. But you niggas need that lifeline. You need that lifeline. They didn't want to battle the intake niggas, but y'all out here trying to get battles with intake niggas. Trying to become presence, have some type of presence on the league that these niggas is in. It's a whole bunch of intake niggas in here. If I'm telling the truth, say I. Just throw up the finger. Just throw up one finger. Throw the fuck you finger up. Yeah, do that. These niggas know. I'm telling you. This shit is crazy. And I sat back and I had to just let them do what they do. Because every time I say something, they had something to say. They had the people. So at the time, I just had to let it go. And I had to let that shit, I had to let that other shoe fall. And that's what it was. That's what it was. You motherfuckers, everybody had their own little inner feelings about whatever. But for some, it became all these different things that motherfuckers was lying about. It was crazy. You can't sit here and be like, y'all allow people to put batteries in your back. That's why I said today or yesterday, I said a couple of days, motherfuckers like to talk motherfuckers like to hate on motherfuckers. And I ain't taking Easy side at all. Me and Easy had a conversation when all this shit happened. He going through what he going through. Everything I don't like what Easy do, but that's his life. That I know him enough to where we can have conversations about certain things, but we're not friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? But even with Easy, you know what they were saying that he said and how it was this conversation or whatever. I feel like I used to feel with what we're doing. Everything ain't made for the spaces. You feel me? What goes on in the house, stay in the house. But I can understand his frustration with going up there because you're around people who are menacing. You are around people who are dragging me, but yet still talking about, oh, what you got up next. The intake was even like, yeah, niggas was up there being facetious. They felt like they was being slick and kind of some of the things that was being said, whatever the case may be. But I can understand where he's coming from. Because with the bricks, we experienced that too. And he was right there. He saw exactly what the fuck happened. I'm talking to him about this shit. He's telling me, Wing, don't say nothing. You want to come on the show? We'll talk about it. Don't say another word. Let them niggas do what they do. Certain people are closer to people. This battle rap community thinks that they know everybody who you talk to. Everybody don't know who talks to who. A lot of shit that
everybody you think talks to people don't talk.
Exactly. He is trying to protect his battlers, and I get it. Because the same way these niggas sat up here and let these people play them out of their fucking position. They can call it what they want to call it. Y'all let these niggas play you out your position. And I know for a fact, some of them hate that they did what they did. They want to come back. And I'm going to tell you, I even was mad at, the only reason I was mad at them niggas is because I sat here and was like, these fools is going and going and going. And where I'm trying to clean up and mask and do all this different shit for them, it's about to get to ARP ears. And as soon as it does, they're done. And when it got to that level, because I forgot what I was going to say before that, where they fucked up, you thought you was coming for me, but you tarnished a man's brand. You tarnished this man's brand with your fuckery. You wasn't even decent enough to just fucking leave. That you had to sit up here and concoct lies. And if anybody's smart and understands, while you was trying to take shots at me or trying to lie on me, that goes back to the house. When you're talking about no payments and no this and that and the other, you dumb motherfuckers, that go back to the house. It's not on me. You lied on them. So that man said, oh, they'll never rap over here again. Wayne, don't even hit me up about it. I don't give a fuck who has second thoughts. Anybody involved. I said, well, you know what, ARP, everybody didn't say, I don't give a fuck. If they stood with them, they can't come back over here. Motherfuckers out here trying to use posts and shit. Oh, nice seeing you, Boston, Boston, whatever the hell they was doing, trying to front for the camera or for social media, like they really back in good with ARP. ARP is a man that is, unless you really did something to him, he's not above reproach. He'll talk to you, but you'll never rap over here again. Y'all did that. Congratulations. Told you niggas, they gonna use y'all as pawns. They got y'all doing tryout battles.
You know,
You
it's
will
okay
have
to
to
shut the fuck
take
up
niggas so that
sometimes.
you can keep this shit going so you can have that 15 minutes of fame. That niggas is dumb.
It is perfectly okay to shut the fuck up sometimes. Just sit back and shut the fuck up. Just mind your business sometimes. It's cool to do that. See, and I'll be honest with you, like, um, and then I want to talk to you about the bread process.
Absolutely. Thank
Yes,
you. Let's move
because
on.
like I said, we got 371 people in here, and I want to make sure that they get that what's we've talked about the negative, but I want the
Yeah.
positive.
We don't need to go
I,
there.
I
Don't worry.
want like
I need to
while we got this amount of people here, I want to talk about some of the positives because out of all of that, I see where you are now, and I'm not
yes.
going to say it's a rebuild. I'm not going to say it's a rebrand, but I'm gonna call it a restart.
Well, it's
And
not even that. It's not even that. It's none of those things. Only thing with RBE, we are back to platform. So what ARP said, which he did say in blogs, if you're following, he said that a few months ago when all the shit was happening. We are going back to platform. As you mentioned earlier, you know, the reason why we even started the bricks. We are back to platform. Before I even say that, while we got 300 and some people in here, let me say this too. The little, oh, she using 75 to pay her bills and da 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 da. First and foremost, all the shit in the intake, the first season of the intake, we had over 100, damn near 200 people come through the intake. Y'all don't do what I do. And the motherfuckers that sat here and jacked that bullshit, y'all see what I go through every day. Karma is a motherfucker. She a stanky, funky bitch. Y'all know goddamn well promo and everything else that was happening. There was a budget, but there was a very small budget, and everything else came out of my pocket. $75 is my fucking convenient fee. And I ain't being, to be honest, I'm dead ass, not trying to be facetious, but I'm dead ass serious.
Yes.
It went from 50, it went from 60, and went from 70. And you know, the same motherfuckers that's talking shit was the same motherfuckers telling me to charge when I'm sitting here telling motherfuckers I don't want to charge nobody.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they ain't gonna tell that part. But
Wow.
yeah, I was like, I don't want to charge nobody. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. When I mean what I say, I am that. I take pride in everything I do with these guys and these girls. I am the person that's going to teach you that game that they're not going to tell you. I am that person that's going to tell you stand for something and not fall for any fucking thing. I am that person. I'm unapologetic about it. I don't care how somebody feel. I'm going to tell you, yeah, this is going to be the hard road, this and that and the other. It's going to be all of that. I'm going to tell you before you even come fucking with me so that you know what you're getting yourself into. So you ain't wasting my time and I ain't wasting yours. But anywho, yeah, it went from 50 to 60 to 75.
Okay.
My graphic artist was great graphic artists. Some of them was doing it for free for a minute. And I felt like, you know what y'all doing now, let me throw you something. Some I could pay, some I couldn't. If it wasn't in the budget, it didn't happen. We had a production to put on. We had a point to prove. So everybody worked in unison to get things done. Absolutely. Lauren said, look, I'm going to meet you halfway. I got this. Well, you know what? I got this coming in. Let me put this on this. So don't play with me. Don't fucking play with me. Y'all think y'all got a little bit of information because none of y'all don't know where Wayne came from. And they didn't know where I came from with Angry Fan. They don't know how I got the position with RBE. You just found out. And if you just got here, go back and rewind that shit so you can see. But don't play with me.
It's at the beginning.
I've been here. I've been doing this shit for a little minute now. But don't play with me. Don't ever make it seem like somebody had to use money to pay bills. Seriously. Go blow beef by the shish kebab stand with a side of fried man. You niggas it's shout out for that. I work too hard. Put some respect on me. You ain't gotta like it, but you gotta respect it. Anywho, going forward, Greg, this is not a restore or a revamp or whatever.
Right.
I will say, as we were talking about the changing of the guard, contracts were being end of contracts or whatever. It was going to come down to who was staying. Oh my God. Who was staying and who was going. Hold on. I'm sorry. My people is kind of going through some shit right now. As I was saying, I had a team of notables that we were bringing on to the Bricks, and the Bricks knew this, that we were bringing on to the Bricks to build the profiles, to kind of put more light on them. And that's how we were going to move. Being that this has happened, it's just still them there. So with the platform situation on RBE, it allows us to move in the platform direction. Now I can bring where I will say, if I'm guilty of anything, what I'm guilty of is focusing on the cultivation and not other ways to bring the money in for what I needed to do. If that makes any sense.
It makes perfect sense, actually. It makes perfect sense.
So now that we're here, the reason we have not brought those people out, and the whole, oh, she got fired and this, that, and other, y'all eat shit, because something happened between August and September. Lawrence is on hiatus, and the particulars on his reason for being on hiatus is between ARP and I. But he had a death in the family, is as much as I'm going to say. So he stepped back. And that's why we have not moved forward. There are plans for a few different things. We changed from Full Circle to Now What? That is flourishing right now. But we will be back in rotation. What we will be doing with the intake is there's no longer the processes on RBE anymore because of this. ARP wants to take the intake guys and cultivate them with the battles that we do on RBE. So now we're going back to the music room type of events. We will now put them in three round battles on those events. So they'll be the undercard to main event, co-main event, mid-tier, and up and coming. I asked ARP, can I go back to what I was doing with the intake? He told me he don't want me focusing on that no more. I need you to do this. And I completely understood that. As I said earlier, he brought this company to where it is today, his way.
Right.
I am now formulating something to where I have my niche on it. So I've told him what I want to do in Lawrence's absence, gearing up to what I want to do. And I think y'all will like it. Once we get back out there, I think y'all will like it. I have a spin on how I'm wanting to do events. So I got a couple of things that me and the team done put into play. One of my big goals is to bring RBE back to New York. I'm really big on trying to do that. So
I want to see that.
I don't know if it may just be for one event. We'll see. But I'm with the things that he's taught me, I'm using that now. Like I said, I keep kicking myself that I really wasn't looking at it that way. And I feel like for me, they may have been the lifeline for me, I guess, because I was happy in my little bubble.
Right.
I was like, I'm okay here. I'm doing this. But as soon when I did Wody last year, and I walk in the room, Jay Black was like, "How I feel to be the new league owner. I said, don't put that on me. I ain't gonna fucking.
Now,
I am the partner.
if ARP, if he sees this, you talk to him, tell him, please, if you go back to New York, we need to see Drum. We need to see RBE go back home if possible, and, or as close as possible. Like just do a pan shot of it. But it's just so many. RBE and Drum go hand in hand the way URL goes.
I don't know that it'll be Drum. It'll be something else. It'll be something else. But it just, I want to be able to do that. Like I have a lot of ideas that I have been thinking about, but like I said, I was comfortable with what I was doing. And every time he was, oh, yeah, because you know I'm doing it. ARB, you ain't retiring. Go ahead, man. Like, you know what I mean? When we talk to each other, it's not no formal shit. We shoot the shit. And, you know what I mean? And I'm serious. I told him, I don't be telling these people that you retired. I tell these people that your ass is taking hiatus. That's what I tell him. He laughed every time I say it. But the realization was, yeah, the man was retiring, but I understand. I remember he said something to me and Lawrence in our text message, and he was like, yeah, Wayne, and I'm just gonna see what you're gonna do in the next 5 years. I said, I'm not gonna be doing anything in the next 5 years. You're gonna be doing it, and I'm gonna be sir. Yeah. But he came into space a few months ago and he added on another 5 years. And I'm sitting here like, Lord, you really, you know, and for me, that says a lot because if you know him, the way when he talks about certain things, he's serious. But I felt I was humbled because of the faith that he has in me and the potential that he sees in me. The things that I need to apply, you know, and I love the fact that he ain't afraid of the bullshit. He knows what comes with that with me. You know what I mean? And he has, I mean, like I said, even with the bricks, as this shit was going down, it was niggas in my ear talking about, oh, ARP ain't out there defending you and he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. You should be upset about this. Oh, niggas was in my ear, baby. They was telling me, oh, they don't care about you. And look how they just got these people just being able to talk about you. ARP should be saying something by now. The whole time I'm just sitting here looking like, but I'm talking to ARP every day. This shit was going down. This man dead ass was sitting with popcorn laughing. That motherfucker said, you the Griselda Blanca of this shit. Sit on your throne. Let these motherfuckers do what they do. It'll be over soon. I'm mad at him talking about, are you seriously just laughing at this shit? I'm mad. And you're laughing?
I can see that with him though. I can see that with him because he looks like the impression that I give off is a dude who just he thinks like 7 moves ahead. I don't know if you remember this or not, but when I saw, I think it was the first Wody panel. And it was after the first Wody panel, me and you had a conversation because it was right after that I found the Breakdown Crew. And I said, you know, I noticed something about you because you had the answer to a lot of shit, but you like to lay traps on shit. And you like to sit back and watch people fall in trap. So I can see where the synergy between the two of y'all fall in line. And you go, and if you can go back and see this. Yeah.
We're Geminis, first off. But that's what I'm saying. When I came into RBE, he was like, waiting family, the fuck? All right, cool. You have to make no public service announcement about that. Listen, that we think, but I'm going to tell you something. Before all this shit was going on, and I'm telling him certain things, I'm going to tell you something that man said to me. He said, Wayne, you complicate this shit. You too involved. You need to step back. Stop being so fucking accessible. He said, and you know what? He said, you and I are so much alike. He said, but you know one thing that I do better than you do? First off, I'm sitting here thinking, you. And you think that we are neck and neck? You. So I'm already humbled that he even think that we on the same playing field. You feel me? That man told me, you stop playing chess. He told me, when you stop playing chess, That shit hit me in the hind parts. You feel me? I felt that in my spirit. I said, oh man. I said, you know what? This shit changes you.
It does.
Who I was on Angry Fans Radio, the proper talking business, I'm not that anymore. And I hate that. I really hate that this toxic ass culture, and the more people you find yourself aligning with or working with or dealing with, energies rub off on you, bad or good, and I hate that it's had to change me so much so being a woman in this culture. You know what I mean? When motherfuckers want to, oh, she talking like this, she thinks she a nigga. No, I don't think I'm a nigga. My father raised me to be a protector. But at the same time, if y'all knew how to talk to people, you wouldn't get the reception you get from me.
Talk.
Because that's not who I am. And everybody knows that. A lot of times I don't even talk to y'all. But when I do, most of the time when you see me, I got a whole smile. These are showing. I have a whole smile on my face. I'm too happy of a person to want to always be angry. But I understand there's a job that we're trying to do in battle rap. So it's business for me. We have to get to where we're trying to go. I can't be nice about that. Because as soon as what I notice, I don't get the reception that I need when I'm being nice or when I'm talking to you this way. You know how when your kids, your mom be like, oh, I got to talk to you a certain way for you to, for you to do what I need you to do. And I hate that I got to be that way. But I'm passionate about what we're doing, and don't waste my time, because everybody who has come over here and worked with me knew what you were getting yourself into, because I wrote you a whole 4-page letter telling you what it was. I take the time out, me and my team take the time out and do these goddamn conference calls with y'all to make sure everybody on the right page, to see if y'all got questions. We used to do this shit weekly. We making game plans. I put a lot of time into this shit. A lot of time that I didn't have to. When my child hit middle school, I had a goal for myself to go back to school for my sociology degree. I put that off because I made RBE. And I said, okay, you know what? Shit. I done bit off more than I can chew. I basically told them this and that and the other. Them niggas chose on me. And I said, and now I can't, I can tell them no. But they're giving me the opportunity of something that I can make a difference, and I'm passionate about it. Fuck it. I'll do this. I'll get to the degree later. Because my plan was to go, once my child hit high school, I wanted to be a counselor. My mother was a school teacher. Well, that was her second profession. I come from a line of people who devote time to service. So that's just kind of in me. You know what I mean? This is something I love to do, and I've been doing it for a while. Now I'm doing it more on a professional level. And I have a spot where I can really make a difference for some battle rappers that are up and coming and not getting what they deserve. Why not? Some of my friends that been really in this culture doing shit and ain't really making moves, and we got open spots at RBE. Why the fuck not? Let's make music. Let's get it. And that's what it was for me.
So let me ask you this. If there is a talent who is looking to put their name in the hat, how did they go about the process?
Okay.
With RBE.
So back to what I was saying. RBE, like I said, now it's open forum. So yeah, there's no fee, there's none of that anymore. You can ultimately be put on RBE as an up and comer. Absolutely. If you mid tier, top tier, you can do all that. It's open platform now. You'll be talking to me and Lawrence now, though. I won't be talking to ARP about it. You'll be talking to us. But for the up and comers with the intake, that is my priority. When he told me that no, we're not gonna do it that way. We'll put them on the channel a different way. I was like, okay. But I still felt like I don't want to just, I feel like that the cultivating process that I started, they need.
Right.
So that's why bread is became a thing. I said I'm going to take the intake and I'm going to continue to cultivate them the way I once was cultivating them. And then they working outside of RBE anyway. They got bread, they got
Right.
meat, they got everything that we already doing. They're gonna be on RBE, but by the time they get to RBE, if they gonna do anything else, top tier, mid tier, moving up that food chain, and if we still doing now what's or whatever ARP is doing, they ready for that. You feel me? On
I
top of
do.
that, I can cultivate them a different way. Shit, everybody else using my intake guys, as soon as they realize that they've been on RBE, they getting phone calls. They putting them in all these different type of battles. Why can't I do it?
It makes
So
sense.
that's what we're doing. That's why bread is here. Now, because bread is completely independent
That's
of RBE,
different. I like
I
that.
can do the type of battles that I want that I can't do on RBE. Mm-hmm. I can have it all too.
So I want to. I love it.
What,
I love
bro?
it. I just I love it. I love everything that you are in the process of building. And if nobody said it, and if nobody has conveyed it enough, I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
I am so proud of you. And
Thank
anything that I can do to help, whatever it is, please let me know. I'm gonna hit up some of your talent about getting them up here, to do something similar. We're gonna do a
I
whole spotlight, a
appreciate
whole
you.
profile on them.
I
Um,
appreciate you. Yeah.
Speaking of spotlight, me and you got to talk off camera. I got a story to tell you, but
Okay. But yeah, and shout out. I gotta shout out Swamp again because Swamp was a trooper. Like I so appreciated
Mhm.
him. My first event in South Carolina. Shout out to the battle rappers that actually made this happen because they wanted to do an event in December. We were done. When ARP said, nah, we're not ending it this year, we're gonna start the year with something bigger. Okay, cool. And like I said, because of them, they showed me, look, Wayne, you ain't gotta do shit. I said, you know what? It's only right. And again, they brought an idea to me, and that little bubble came about, and we're here. And that's why I said, you know what? Fuck it. We about to do this shit. And um hold on. I'm sorry.
You fine. I just want to say shout out to all 414 of the people that are currently looking at this interview. You have really
Uh,
set a live attendance record tonight.
we
I
appreciate
think
you and
Wing.
shout out the haters.
I don't know who it is. I thank y'all for being here. Make sure y'all hit that retweet
I
though.
appreciate every last one of y'all. Rewind
That's
this
a
motherfucker
fact.
back. Rewind this motherfucker back because you don't want to miss a thing. You don't.
You really do not. And
You really don't.
I want to
You
give
don't.
you an opportunity to before I do that, let me do this real quick because I don't want to forget. While we have 414 of you, if anybody was here that heard the intro song, that is done by Ayo Mahala.
Like
The name
that
of the song is
song.
10 Toes Down. Yeah, he's a producer. Also, if you need your car detailed and you're somewhere on the East Coast, he does travel. Royalty Mobile Auto Detailing. Hit him up. He'll get you taken care of. He ain't doing shit in this cold weather. I'm just gonna let you know that now because
Right.
no, that's not gonna happen. But at the same time, make sure you hit him up. that song is going to be featured here on the channel for the next 2 interviews that we got. We got one coming up later. Also, I want to give a shout out to the production team. Shout out to Good Bellas. Make sure if you, for all your graphic designs, whatever you need, make sure you hit her up. All the layouts in here in the background, she did that. She's responsible for keeping us on track. But when I want to give you the opportunity before we close out here, I want to give you the opportunity. Shout out, you know, I know you had some battles drop. I know you had some. Of course, she said, "Hi, hater, mama." You come on now. You know how this works.
Mama, you know I called you know. Yes, I did, Mama. You know me.
Of course she did.
Mama, no, I already told. Listen, shout out to Mama too, because when all this shit was happening, listen, Mama called me and was like, "Listen, we ain't even worry about that. We know what time it is." Like, I appreciate her too, because she was another person outside of my team. There were days that, you know what I mean, because I'm so passionate about what I do. And yes, this was a family for me. You know what I mean? It really was a family for me. The you know, for people to think that there's not politics in battle rap and it's always about the politics, there's good and bad politics. There are. And even with a league owner, you know, ARP gave me the reins. Lawrence gave me the reins to do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't have to talk to them about new talent that I'm bringing in. I was doing it so rapidly that he forgot. This man is trying to live life. He gave 10 years to this. He said, I can sit back, and I gave the reins to them. They're doing a great job. Motherfuckers was worried about, I always say, keep your eyes on, let me tell you something. I ran track most of my life, right? And my track coach used to tell me, you know, with the baton, when you're doing the relays, you're not even supposed to look back. You're supposed to have that innate, you know, knowing when somebody's coming up on you, and you're supposed to have that timing. But in practices, or even, you know, or even just in the events, he always told us, don't look behind you. Do you realize that your body is set up that when you look backwards, that when you're walking forward, that your body automatically slows down because it's telling you, it's giving you that cautionary tale of danger so that you don't hurt yourself? I used to tell these niggas, stop looking behind you because you will miss what's in front of you. You got to have tunnel vision in this culture, because everybody wants to tell you what's best for you. But where is the what's best for you? Everybody wants to feel like they can do something better than somebody else. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. Commit to what you're doing. If they really fuck with you, what they got for you is going to be there anyway. When you're done fulfilling whatever it is that you're fulfilling.
What's meant for you is meant for you.
It's going to be meant for you. It's not going nowhere. But, you know, that's too real for a lot of people. And I understand that.
What's meant for you is meant for you.
I understand that. And you know, with the whole bullshit about whatever, ARB told me, you reign with an iron fist when you can't always do that. But the thing about it is, when this brand is spending thousands, tens of thousands of dollars on people who aren't even bringing in 1% of that, you don't have the right to act a certain way. You don't have the right to be entitled. Motherfuckers can clip you today, because unfortunately you have to understand what seat you sit in and be okay with that and just be ready to work. Ain't nobody telling motherfuckers that shit. Ain't nobody trying to get no work for free out of nobody neither. But we got to work from somewhere. If you can be paid, you will. But if you ain't bringing nothing through the door for real to be paid, it ain't happening. Simple. It's not happening.
It's a business at the end of the day.
It's business. So yeah, like I said, this is what we're doing. I have the RBE priority. Wing is not fired at all. And I've started bread. Me and shout out to my team. Shout out to Mika. Shout out to EJ. Shout out to Qua. Shout out to that's my family. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. We still moving on both ends. Again, battlers, where bread has just started. You can find that on Fuck You Talk My TV. We're dropping all the battles there. That's the home for all of the battles. That's the home for bread. We are building, even with this, it's yet another situation where we're building. The first event, it was something I was trying. I'm not afraid to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Live streams on major events have fucked up. Yeah, it didn't work the way it was supposed to. I'm used to a certain way of doing things with Avo. I'm not used to having to do even that part myself. So I kind of misjudged there. But the battles dropped, as y'all saw. They are 4K crystal clear. Mm-hmm. Go over to Fuck You Talking About TV. Let us know. These are the intake guys. This is the second season, along with a few of the first season that are still around. These will also be people that you will see featured on RBE. And like I said, anybody up and coming, you can come holler at us at Bread. You can come holler at us for RBE events. But yeah, for sure. We still around. We ain't went nowhere. We just basking right now. We are planning. That's it.
Where can people send their footage to if they want to send footage to review to see if they meet your criteria?
I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm just playing. I'm not, but I am.
She dead ass serious.
I'm so, bro. Let me tell you.
Dead ass fucking serious.
I'm so fucking tired of people. Listen. Oh, shit. So, like I said, anybody that got an issue with me, I can tell you why. Excuse me. Let me not lie, because that's not true. I can own up to people who may have an issue with me for real, and it's only a few. Anybody else, they can't really tell you nothing. But what I saw from this culture, when I dead ass be in my own little world, and I don't deal with too many people, and you get the battle rap politics, because even with the intake, there were people who was coming into the intake that motherfuckers was telling me they didn't like. So they stopped fucking with me because they didn't like people from the intake. There were bricks that people felt like they disliked also, and they was mad because I took sides. I got a lot of riff from this culture. And like I said, I really don't give a fuck, but I'm not going to sit here and say that shit don't weigh on you. And it does. I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't. It weighs on me because of the fake when it comes to this shit. When it comes to the fact that I've been on phone conversations with people, and their tone or their demeanor in talking to me is so polite. But I've seen you out here in these battle rap streets talking shit. You know what I mean? It pisses me off when, you got motherfuckers talking about bad for business. You ain't never did business with me. Shit like that. And I put this on my dad. A motherfucker in this world have never said something bad about me and didn't get checked for it. And I'm gonna tell you something real serious. This shit fucked with me so bad. My child came to me and said, "Mom, I had a bad dream. I had a dream that there was an evil spirit in our house. And I don't know who it was, but it was somebody. And she thought it was her Auntie Mika. She said, I think it was my Auntie Mika, but I don't know. Somebody came and rescued me, but they went back for you. And when they came back to me, they told me that they were sorry." So she said she Googled that dream. And she said that the dream didn't mean that I died. She said the dream meant that I'm not the person that I used to be. Now, here's the thing about it. Because there's certain motherfuckers in the bricks that even knew my child. She uncle this or auntie that. Y'all gotta know karma is at your door. And you know it's at your door right now. Y'all let these motherfuckers in battle rap that don't know nothing about you. Y'all sitting up here and y'all know what a lot of y'all know what I have done for you. And you played this game with me. Like, y'all, that's the shit. Like I said, I really don't want to, because as soon as, like right now, as soon as you feel like you mad about something with Wing, all you gotta do is go make a post. And now you got 100 likes on this post because of my name. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that at all.
Because I've seen,
I even thought about, I hit my lawyer up, because I got that type of insurance that you got lawyer benefits in your insurance. Yeah. I even hit my lawyer up about defamation lawsuits. Yeah, I'm not fighting. I'm gonna hit your ass in your pockets. There's a lot of shit on the internet that ARP was like, just keep the files. Like, I'm not playing with these people. I'm gonna start hitting y'all in y'all broke ass pockets. As broke as you try to make me. Start hitting y'all niggas in y'all broke ass pockets because there's evidence there.
My.
Like, y'all really painted a picture about some shit. Y'all try to tarnish this man's brand and then try to really go against somebody that really was out here helping y'all. Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Sis, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Thank you. If I had I've been trying to get this set up for a minute, and yeah, we just got back rolling. But I appreciate you. You don't know how much I have enjoyed.
You. Like I said, this was my first battle rap interview, and I have been kind of, like I said, ARP put the muzzle on my ass, me and the team, and it made it to where I had to really just get out of social media. I started questioning what I should say and what I shouldn't say. But I'm happy that you know what I mean?
And I know that was a pain in the ass for you because you don't like biting your tongue for nothing. But you don't like biting your tongue for shit.
I appreciate him for that because what he wanted, because I really wanted to get out there and shoot. The problem with a lot of the shit that I didn't get to that, but before we go, the other part to that is they know me. They knew that because a lot of this had to do with business, that I was never going to put the business out there. They knew I had that integrity that I wouldn't go there. And for a minute, they was right. They was. But, talking to the forces that be, that really wasn't what that was about. They was like, nah, let the other shoe drop. This is war now. Let the other shoe drop and see what happens. And then you figure out if it's worth it. That's all he told me. So I sat back. And even though I was still angry, there was no reason to say nothing. There really wasn't, because it was kind of like, you got to let them fall on their face. See what they really doing. Is it worth you to even say something about? And then months went by. Yeah, it's like, nah, just continue, move forward, move on. So now I appreciate you, because now I can laugh about it. It's, not laugh about it, but
right.
I'm in a better space of, at the end of the day, what happened was supposed to happen. Because what we have to do with RBE moving forward, to be honest, I have to be honest with myself. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Because it's crazy, because Ishmula, when all this shit happened, Ishmula, I talked to him on the phone, and Ish was like, you know what? He tore me a new one. Ish was like, Wayne, you was sitting up there babysitting these motherfuckers, and you don't even realize that these niggas was outside getting their asses whooped, and all you was doing was bringing them back into the house, making them look all good like nothing happened. These niggas been losing. You didn't want to fuck with us, though. And I didn't realize that so many people felt that way.
Mm.
And I couldn't do nothing but I had to understand that. Because in all actuality, I was catering to them. I wasn't looking at nobody else. It was they shit. They took precedence to turn around and these motherfuckers stab me in my back.
Sis, you gonna come. I want you back. I want you back. Like I said, I'm gonna get some of your talent up here. Lucci and me have already been talking about getting him up here. I definitely want to get Dollar up here. There's a couple more, like I said, and I'm definitely tapping in with all the battles.
Yes,
I
I have not
really,
watched Dollar versus Thesaurus. Go check
yes,
that battle out. Listen.
yes,
the the
yes,
the goddamn shooter, the point guard. Like, yeah, go check that nigga out. Yes, that's my guy.
that's a
I love
fact.
him to death. Him and
Shout out to
Coach
Dollar
Boy.
had an interview with OG Spaces a couple of days ago that I tapped in with. That was really, really good. And like I said, I'd love to chop it up with him. He seems like first of all, he's got star potential written all over him. All over him.
Let me tell you what I love
And
about Dollar. And I didn't really go there, and I don't feel like there was a reason to go there. With all the melee, because he's a big part of that. And I'm not even just to use that because I don't want anybody trying to use that against him in a battle or anything like that. But let me tell you something. Dollar is such a humble fucking person. Dollar came over here on a bet. I don't know that people know that. Dollar came over here on a bet. Av was supposed to battle Hustle, I think, or some shit like that. And there was some bet that Bash Money had with Av, and they were supposed to lock in with a battle with him and Riddick, and or something like that. I may be messing it up, but all the while, I took the battle. And went ahead and put it on the league. Av wasn't able to do it at the time, so we wanted to go ahead and do that. I did that solid. And Riddick at the time was one of the gatekeepers. So it's a certain way that I forecast my battles. I ain't supposed to put all that out here up here. That's my thoughts. But it's a certain way that I forecast my battles. So both of them knew the mission. And with Dollar, every battle that I've ever given him, Dollar didn't look at the opponent. He looked at what the mission was with that opponent. Dollar is my example of where up and comers feel like, oh, I gotta have that name to pop. If you got star potential for real, it ain't gonna take a name to show that star potential. It's gonna take your performance. And Dollar has been the example of that. Every battle that Dollar has had over here, that was not a name, but y'all wanted to see him more. And all RBE ever asked was, and ARP called y'all bluff on it. Y'all answered. Shout out to the fans because y'all answered the call. And that's all we ever asked. Answer the call. If y'all say that y'all want these niggas or they deserve other names, answer the call with their battles. That's what we respond to. We don't respond to you going in these spaces and doing all the extra shit. We respond to the support because that's how they make their names. That's how they move up in levels when they become in demand. And that's where Dollar is. This is why he is where he is right now. Every battle that he did on RBE and outside RBE has put him where he is today. He is one of the prime examples. Coach as well, but Coach started earlier. But with all the bullshit that has happened, because that's a lot of that is part of that too. Dollar came in this motherfucker, and in 9 months he showed you who he was.
That's a fact. Salute to him. Salute to you. Salute to the RBE platform. Salute to Bread. Salute to ARP. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. You coming back. You coming back. Yeah. And I will probably be seeing you.
I know we had a lot to cover.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And
And
yeah.
hey, yo, we y'all be in tune with these clips because this is going under the pin tweet for the family page, y'all, and it's eventually going on YouTube too. So y'all make sure that y'all tap in. Like I said, shout out to everybody. Again, this was a record interview for us. 424 viewers live right now. Thank you guys so much. Production, thank you so much, Bella. I appreciate you so much for being here and helping. Everybody, take it easy. And if it's easy,
and
take it home.
Make sure y'all come holler at us in the space.
Go ahead.
Red RBE, where you see the hashtag, come fuck with us.
That's what I was going to say, because I'll probably see you in the spaces here in a few.
You about to go in spaces right now. You already know, Lucci, get that kickback space going, bro. Let's handle it. We do verses, we talk our shit, we have fun. We really are a non-biased space. We talk a lot of just different shit, politics, whatever. We talk about it all. We just being there to congregate, have fun. That's what we do. No bullshit. Y'all make sure, like I said, wherever you see a hashtag of an RBE or hashtag of bread, pull up. We in there. And if you're not following me, follow me on Twitter. MZ. I'm sorry, MZ_Lita True.
Right there. We got you. Got you right there at the bottom of the ticker. Everybody take a chance to look at that. Make sure that you go.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I realized it, and that's why I said, wait a minute, let me go ahead and get the ticker up here. So,
and it's snowing out here. Oh my God. Yeah.
It is currently 7 degrees in my part of the
and I would have been asleep by now if I wasn't in the spaces. But yes.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later.
Interview. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate this. And I would not, this is not a better place to have had a comeback interview with. It was with you. Family,
exactly. Thank you, sis. I will see you in a few, probably in the spaces. Everybody else, take it easy. If it's easy, take it home, guys.
All right.